Brittany Mergel,
Thank you.
and his uncle, David Brown. Number 2, Matthew Mergel. Number 4, Jerron Brown. Jerron is escorted by his parents, Amber Thompson and Mackenzie Embry, and his sister, Mackenzie. Jerron Brown. Number 5, Julius Thompson. Julius is escorted by his parents, Macy Thompson and Kristen Cox, and his grandmother, Joanna Ford. Julius Thompson. Number 6, Ethan Haney. Ethan is escorted by his father, Aaron Haney, his mother, Ann Haney, and his sister, Corin. Ethan Haney. Number 9, Jaden Foster. Jaden is escorted by his parents, Asia Foster and Quentin Collins. Jaden Foster. Number 11,
Mic check.
Danny Brown. Danny is escorted by his parents, Jeff and Kelly Brown. Danny Brown. Number 12, Justice Rubin. Justice is escorted by Brandon and Adeline Delafosse. Justice Rubin. (15) Jeremiah Ross Thompson. Jeremiah is escorted by Chris and Courtney Gunner and Cal. Jeremiah Ross Thompson. 18 is Ty Groff. Ty is escorted by his father, Eric Groff. Ty Groff. Number 23, Briley Dowden. Briley is escorted by his parents, Desiree and Aaron Deal. Briley Dowden. Number 24, Evan Stovall. Evan is escorted by his grandfather, Kevin Vogt, and his grandmother, Laura Vogt. Evan Stovall. Number 26, Luke Diber. Luke is escorted by his parents, Brian and Amy Diber. Luke Diber. Number 45, Jackson Booker. Jackson is escorted by his parents, Johnny and Sarah Booker, and his brother, Cash. Jackson Booker. Number 47, Nicholas Hallmark. Nicholas is escorted by his parents, Gabrielle and Robert Hallmark, Jr. Nicholas Hallmark. '55, Eddie Mayanas. Eddie is escorted by his parents, Nicole Robinson and Nestor Mayanas. Eddie Mayanas. 70, Carson Harris. Carson is escorted by his parents, Ben and Monica Harris. Carson Harris. Number 76, Malachi Childers. Malachi is escorted by his parents, Adam and Monica Childers. Malachi Childers. Number 78, David Reeder. David is escorted by his parents, David and Ida Reeder. David Reeder. Number 90, Torres Spinner III. Torres is being escorted by his mother, Tammy Prince, his grandmother, Kim Grant, his uncle, Terrell Carter, and Aunt Tamara Hill. Torres Spinner III. Number 96, Max Mitchell. Max is being escorted by his parents, Chad and Terry Mitchell. Max Mitchell. Number 97, Julio Lopez. Julio is escorted by his parents, Maya Rodriguez and Julio Lopez, and his brother, Brandon. Julio Lopez. Manager, Tanyan Willis. Tanyan is escorted by his parents, Roy and Irene Willis. And now, senior members of the Russellville dance team. Anaya Chenault. Anaya is escorted by her mom, Whitney Chenault. Anaya Chenault. Brooklyn Martinez. Brooklyn is escorted by her mom, Lucretia Beasley, and her little brother, Mason Cruz. Brooklyn Martinez. Emery Honeycutt. Emery is escorted by her mom, Mariah Honeycutt, her dad, Craig Honeycutt, and her little sister, Ellie. Emery Honeycutt. Josie Tolan. Josie is escorted by her parents, Jamie and Shandy Tolan, along with her brother and sister-in-law, Eli and Meredith Tolan. Josie Tolan. Zilla Villarreal. Zyla is escorted by her mom, Grisha, her grandma, Mary Lou, and her brother, Samuel Mendoza. Zyla Villarreal. Ella Kinsey. Ella is escorted by her parents, Lorinda Altman and Kyle Kinsey. Ella Kinsey. And now, senior members of the Russellville cheer team. Chloe Butler. Chloe is escorted by her parents, Chase and Diana Butler, and her brother, Bailey. Chloe Butler. Molly Frazier. Molly is escorted by her parents, Matt Frazier and Lindell Frazier. Molly Frazier. Josiah Garman. Josiah is escorted by his mother, Beth Garman, and his father, Samuel Garman. Josiah Garman. Addison Hickson. Addison is escorted by her parents, Mark and Sandy Hickson, and her siblings, Avery, Ava, and Joseph Hickson. Addison Hickson. Caden Hooper. Caden is escorted by her parents, Chance and Kelly Hooper, along with her twin sister, Sydney. Caden Hooper. Seth Moore. Seth is escorted by his parents, Matt and Kim Moore. Seth Moore. Rodrigo Nunez Yanez. Rodrigo is escorted by his mother, Myra Yanez. Rodrigo Nunez Yanez. Addison Turner. Addison is escorted by her parents, Tommy and Brittany Turner, with sisters Riley and Emmy. Addison is also a senior member of the golf team. Addison Turner. And now senior members of the Russellville golf team. Susanna Manns. Susanna is escorted by her parents, David and Susan Manns. Susanna Manns. Katie Howell. Katie is escorted by her parents, David and Stacy Howell. Katie Howell. Grant Biggers. Grant is escorted by his parents, Bobby and Trish Biggers. Grant Biggers. Logan McGahey. Logan is escorted by his parents, Randall and Julie McGahey. Owen Narvison. Owen is escorted by his parents, Terrence and Kelly Narvison. Owen Narvison. Colin Roach and Taylor Roach. Colin is a senior member of the golf team. Twin brother Taylor, member of the tennis team. And they are escorted by their parents, Kelly and Sonia Roach. Colin and Taylor Roach. And now members of the Russellville tennis team. Sam Barbaret. Sam is escorted by his parents, Lee and Greg Barbaret. Sam Barber. Jack Rupel. Jack is escorted by parents Brent and April Rupel. Jack Rupel. Noah Beaver. Noah is escorted by his parents, Chris and Elizabeth Beaver. And now senior members of the Russellville cross country team. Jake Linton. Jake is escorted by his parents, Billy and Jamie Linton. Jake Linton. Paxton Lawless. Paxton is being escorted by Cody and Kelsey Lawless. Paxton Lawless. Senior member of the Russellville volleyball team is Elijah McNack. Elijah is escorted by April and Terry McNack. Elijah McNack. Senior members of the Russellville broadcast team, Addison Crane. Addison's escorted by her mother, Millicent Crane, and her dog, Milo. Addison Crane. Alex Johnson. Alex is escorted by his mother, Jessica Johnson. Alex Johnson. Allison Cowser. Allison is escorted by her parents, Stacy and Gary Cowser.
Breaking in here on the live stream, we're about to join the radio broadcast, and so we'll be having to talk over Mr. Mike Cloud, just giving you a heads up. Get ready for Cyclone football.
Atari is escorted by her father,
Arkansas Beauty College, Phil Wright Autoplex, Arkansas Tire and Auto, Jim Simple Treats, Russellville School District, Sorrells Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Chambers Bank, R&R Express, Stella Manor, and by Dr. Blaine Leeds DDS. Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC.
Welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from Cyclone Stadium in Russellville, where it's clear, 65 degrees. Conditions are perfect for some Cyclone football tonight. Good evening. I'm Mickey Duval here to bring you all the action from the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. We welcome you. If you're listening to us on FM 102.3 KCJC and watching the live stream on the Cyclone Booth YouTube page, remember you get all of that info through the EAB app. My color man tonight, Aaron Duval. Media team, Chase Canfield and Maggie Canfield. Our engineer-producer is Stephen Berry. Well, our Cyclone rewind last week, Russellville could not put the ball in the end zone. They fell 21-6 at Siloam Springs. Big story from that game was the penalties. Russellville, 180 yards in penalties, more than they had from their offense. We saw that from the Razorbacks the day after. Lake Hamilton lost big against Shiloh Christian, giving up 63 points. 63-12. The mercy rule was reached by the beginning of the second half. So two teams looking for a victory. Last regular season game. A lot on the line for both of these teams and for Siloam Springs, who's playing Southside tonight. We'll be talking about that as the night progresses, but we turn to our color man tonight, Aaron Duell, for the Rocks forecast. What's your forecast for the game tonight?
Well, I think there's three important factors in reference to this game. First thing, can we score? And I'm not talking about offense only, but special teams on defense, like a pick six. No matter what we do, when we're on offense, we've got to keep the clock on our side. We've got to be able to keep that clock moving, but we've got to be able to move the ball and get first downs.
Okay, the color guard is about to come out onto the field, so we're going to pause with our pregame show. Love to see the junior ROTC program here at Russellville. They started that a few years ago and been doing this at games. So what we're going to do is we're going to step away as they're coming out onto the field. We're going to have the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem, all that, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the moment of silence. So while we do that on the radio side, we'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The national anthem will be played by the Cyclone Band under the direction of David Gaston, Sarah Abbott, and Brandon Brockington. And now, the Star Spangled Banner. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Bianca Silva.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now a moment of silence and salute to our nation, our school, and the student athletes participating in tonight's event. Thank you. Please remain standing while the colors exit the field. And now the Russellville High School alma mater.
Treasure wants to hear from you. You'll work hands-on, solving real problems, and growing with a team that promotes you good. Treasure.com/careers.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Russellville taking on Lake Hamilton, and we continue with our pregame show, and you continue with your forecast tonight.
Well, like I say, there's three important factors. We've got to stay on the field, keep the clock moving. To stay on the field, we've got to get first downs. The second thing is we've got to, and you brought it up earlier, we've got to cut down on our penalties, especially penalties in that red zone. It hurts us, and you already gave the figures on what we got last week. And the third thing is we have got to play through our injuries. We've got some players that are hurt. Some of them may try to play tonight that are hurt, but there's some that are missing because of injuries. But we've got to play through those. So we've got some young players that gets an opportunity to start and play and get some experience under their belt.
Yeah, looking at the offense and defense tonight, whenever you say Lake Hamilton, you think wing T, especially if you've been in the conference for a long time. If you heard the coaches show, they don't run the wing T anymore, or so we think. They said they were going to switch to the spread this year. They call it the gun tee. They're still running a lot of wing tee stuff that they're doing out of the shotgun. They pass the ball more this year than they have since Coach Tommy Gillerin has been at Lake Hamilton, because they have a guy that can throw it around. Sophomore number 5, Jace Bohannon. He's thrown for 1,100 yards this year. Again, just a sophomore, completing 59% of his passes. Now, they're not slinging it all around, but they're passing it pretty well. And, again, that's just a huge turnaround from what they have done in the past. 7 touchdown passes for Bohannon, just 2 interceptions this year. The Wolves on offense averaging 25 points a game, but they're pretty balanced. 169 rushing, 157 passing. On defense, they give up 38 points a game. Russellville, 16 points a game is what they score. Give up 49 points per game on the season.
Well, watching them warm up tonight, Lake Hamilton, Bohannon, their quarterback, as you were talking about throwing the ball, he never took a snap from the shotgun. It was always under center. So I think that's some of the things they're trying to disguise. Their running game, passing game is keeping him under center.
Well, Lake Hamilton has changed their offensive looks the last 4 games. If they do it tonight, that'll be 5 consecutive games. They've changed their offensive look. Coach Wheeler believes that since Russellville struggled last week against Siloam Springs and the wishbone, when they gave the wishbone look, he thinks that Lake Hamilton will go more to a power offense. Russellville needs to win the game. They need to win by 13 or more to get a chance to go in the playoffs. So here it is. Russellville needs to win by 13 or more, and then have Southside beat Siloam, which it should happen, and then it would go to a coin flip to see who gets the last spot. If Lake Hamilton wins, they go. If Russellville wins, but not by 13, then it kind of throws a monkey in the wrench of everything. Siloam Springs needs a Russellville win, and they need to beat Southside. So there's a lot going on for this last spot for the playoffs. We're going to take a break, come back with more of your pregame show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
South of high prices is more than just a slogan. Johnny Story in for River Valley Furniture. Leon and Doug and their dad, the late Danny Duval, had a commitment for more than 3 decades, and that commitment was to provide great furniture value at a reasonable cost, south of high prices. And that's exactly what they do, along also now with Danny's grandson Hunter at River Valley Furniture locations on North Elmira and the new Ashley Home Store, Highway 331.
Are you ready to take your beauty career to the next level? Hairtech Studios is hiring estheticians, masseuses, salon professionals, and more to join their state-of-the-art family-owned salon and spa that's been serving the River Valley for over 30 years and counting. They offer hair, nails, waxing, extensions, permanent cosmetics, and spa services. This is your chance to grow your clientele and your career with a team that feels like family. Apply today and schedule your interview with Sharon Callahan at Hairtech Studios, 211 North Detroit Avenue.
It's time for a road trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, home to the legendary thermal waters giving Hot Springs its name. This unique mountain town features historic bathhouses, hiking trails, biking trails, a 4-story treehouse, roller coasters, a casino, horse races, bathtub races, an interactive science museum, fishing, boating, parades, a bustling downtown, and a peaceful vista overlooking it all. Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
College dreams come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more about the UCA commitment at uca.edu.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville. Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Country. KCJC,
an EAB Media Group radio station.
Welcome back, Cyclone Stadium, the Elathis Realty broadcast booth. Time for our Cyclone Watch. What's on your radar? It's a big game tonight for both teams. Defensive line for Russellville. The strength of Lake Hamilton, even with their changes of offense, has been running the football. That's going to be the key tonight if Russellville has a chance to win this game and win the game by 13 or more. Other games in the Valley tonight: Dardanelle is at Mena, Pottsville at Dover, Lamar hosts Waldron, Hector hosts Magazine, Paris is at Two Rivers, and Atkins and Mayflower played last night. Mayflower defeating Atkins Thursday night football. Some two schools will do that on the last regular season game of the year. That way they can go out and study the game film to see what teams are going to do in the playoffs. So you saw the kickoff or the coin toss. What'd you see?
Well, Russellville won the toss, and they decided to defer to the second half, so they'll be kicking off to Lake Hamilton. Hamilton will be going from north to south down the field. So
Russellville wearing all red tonight. I don't know if we've seen that all year. Even the red pants, the red shirts, more the plain-looking shirts with the black helmets. Lake Hamilton with the white uniforms and maroon pants. Lake Hamilton was the first school in the conference to put numbers on one side of their helmets. They have the Lake Hamilton logo. Russellville changed their helmets a couple years ago to going to a much smaller Cyclone. Hard to see from up here, and the numbers, which are also a little hard to see, but that's what is on the side of their helmets with the red Cyclone and number on the black helmets. And the Cyclones will be kicking off. There is no wind tonight as we look. They're defending Cyclone Hill. They're still about 1:42, but they stopped the clock, and so they're going to reset it. It's always hard on a radio guy and live stream guy when we're trying to time it out. They stop the clock and start getting started early, so we're going to be kicking off a couple minutes early for tonight's matchup.
Kicking off for Russellville.
Experienced a few difficulties on the radio side, trying to work through that. Hopefully it's just at the beginning. Russell will be kicking off. Kicking off for the Cyclones will be number 27, Jesus Perez. Lake Hamilton with two players back deep around the 5-yard line. DJ Wilson, number 4, is who we expect. They want to return the kickoff. We'll see. Jesus can put it through the end zone. We'll see what Russellville wants to do. They're going to kick it a little shorter and force a return. This will be returned from the 10-yard line for the Wolves. Cuts back at the 20. He's got some room out there. If he could bounce outside, he'll take a lick at the 35-yard line. Returning that is J.J. Johnson, one of the two running backs they use. And a pretty good return there for the Wolves.
And number 27, Jesus Perez, is the one who brought him down, met him head on, and brought him down immediately.
Jesus, a kicker, wide receiver, of course, playing special teams on that kicking. Not shy away from contact, but also on the state champion soccer team. And I know he's changing positions on the team. He's a starter there. And here we go. Jace Bohannon, we said, might be out of the under center because of what we saw, and they get Russellville to jump first thing. So they go to the gun tee this year. They run out of the shotgun, but tonight we thought they may be changing up to go a little bit more under center. They do here, at least for first play, and they get Russellville to jump off sides right off the bat. And so on the hard count, it'll be 1st and 5 for the Wolves as they have it at their own 42-yard line. Jace Bohannon can sling it around. He threw for 229 yards against Sportsman Southside in their loss. Their only conference victory was at Siloam. They scored 53 points in the game, straight up the middle, and this guy may go the distance. Straight up the middle. This will go 68 yards if he can hang on to it. Russellville will chase him down inside the 5-yard line. That's Jaron Brown chasing him down. Coy Autry, number 1, though, the big gain as they flip the field in a hurry, and they'll have it 1st and goal from inside the 5 to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Brown did a good job catching up to him and saving a touchdown for right now.
He's their main running back. He's rushed for over 500 yards this year. They don't have the big bruising running backs. That's also why they went to the spread with the sophomore quarterback who can throw it around. But going under center here, Bohannon will keep it himself on the quarterback sneak, and he's in from 3 yards out, and Bohannon scores. And it's a rushing touchdown. I'm checking to see. I think that's only his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And just like that, the Wolves have scored the touchdown. They lead it 6-0.
Well, if he does a lot of running, we need to try to stop him. He's fumbled the ball, according to the figures I've got. He's fumbled the ball 5 times.
He doesn't run much this. I said second touchdown. This is actually his 9th touchdown. He's only rushed for just over 300 yards. He's mainly a passing quarterback, but he doesn't mind running it. The extra point is good, and Lake Hamilton taking a 7-0 lead. We'll take a break just 28 seconds into the game. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
Lake Hamilton scores 63 yards in 2 plays in 28 seconds. They lead at 7-0. Bohannon a 3-yard touchdown run. Of course, the big play was Coy Autry, a 55-yard run. Marvin Garcia adding the extra point. He's missed 3 this year, but did not miss that one, and he'll kick off. It takes a big run up of more than 10 yards. He'll kick this one. It's going to be returnable for the Cyclones as Russellville will field it at the 4-yard line. This is Jackson, who returns it for the Cyclones, Parker Jackson, and he'll get near the 20-yard line, but not quite the 20. I think they're going to mark him down at the 18.
Yeah, that's where they're starting.
They're going to put him at the 19-yard line, actually, so a 15-yard return. This is the 16th meeting between these two teams. Russellville has an 8-7 record against Lake Hamilton. Playoff implications for the 6th seed tonight. Lake Hamilton, all they know is they're in with a win. Russellville needs to win by 13 or more, create that 3-way tie, provided Siloams loses the south side, so we'll be keeping an eye on that game. Lake Hamilton 2-7 on the season, 1-5 in conference play, having their second losing season in the last 3 years. But they usually don't have these losing seasons, but they've had 2 out of the last 3. And that's been under Coach Tommy Gillerin, who's a graduate of Lake Hamilton High School. It's his 9th season for the Wolves. Russellville out of the shotgun. Julius Thompson, who got his first start at quarterback last week. And they said he's much improved this week. And they said it'll be a different look even because he'll be able to sling the ball a little bit more than what they thought initially. We have a stoppage of play, a flag coming in from the side, a legal procedure against Russellville. So the Cyclones are going to start in all. We talked about the 180 yards of penalties last week. Russellville already with 2 penalties for 10 yards. They'll mark them back off, and it'll be 1st and 15 from the 14-yard line for Russellville.
I didn't see who moved on that, but I thought we were offsides, but I was apparently wrong on
Thompson,
that.
number 5, the quarterback. Foster in there. He's going to roll to his left. Looks like it's the same play call. Rolling to the weak side. Little flip out to Danny Brown. He's got it across the 20. Runs over a man across the 25-yard line. And gets some much-needed yards back.
That's a good run by Danny. You're right. He ran over that defender and getting close to the out of bounds.
2nd down and 4. Cyclone 25-yard line.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and short for Russellville. And now, as they put him down at the 25, another penalty flag as it's thrown by the same official on Russellville's side. And I don't know what the call is. I think maybe a sideline warning. I'm not sure. Yeah, because Russellville had a coach that went inside. You're not allowed to be inside the 25-yard line. Russellville just did it. They were trying to signal a player. They were not trying to talk to a referee or anything like that, but you still can't be inside that 25, so Russellville gets a sideline warning after that play. So the warning didn't mark off any yards. After that play on 2nd and 4, they hand it off to Sam Callahan, and he'll lose a yard on the play. So Russellville, a sideline warning there. Just kind of a, hey, you're inside the box. What's funny is the coach, the assistant coach down there for Russellville that was inside the 25, is only at the 23, and he didn't realize it was being called. He was still trying to signal to the team. Russellville looking at 3rd down and 5. The Cyclones this season convert on 28% 3rd downs. It'll be a handoff to Callahan, trying to weave his way. He'll get back over the 25 to about the 26, but he needs the 29 for a 1st down, so I say decision time for Russellville. It doesn't seem like they're deciding it too much. No, they're just going with a heavy package right now. I'm looking for Jesus Perez. He's already in there at wide receiver. And he is going to back up and at least give the looks like we're going to punt. Lake Hamilton has one player back deep. That's J.J. Johnson. Cyclones will kick this one away. It's a pretty good punt there. It's going to hit at the 42 and take a big Cyclone roll. J.J. is going to field at the 29-yard line, maybe just to stop the roll, and he'll get across the 40, and that'll be it. So a 45-yard punt, pretty good punt there by Jesus Perez. A 12-yard return after Ethan Haney makes the tackle. The Cyclones go 3 and out, hurt themselves with that penalty on the first down. And so the defense will be called upon here. They can't get 2 possessions down, especially Lake Hamilton, who, even though they're a better passing team, you want them throwing the football, but they're going to go under center once again. Bohannon under center. You know, that double handoff, which they like to do, and they'll get positive yards to the 45-yard line. That's part of the wing T. They have gone back to more of the wing T offense, and this is the first time they've run the true wing T this season.
Yeah, they practiced that. I watched them in pregame running that double handoff. Stovall was in on the tackle. It didn't fool him. He stayed his ground, and the carrier came right to him.
The problem against the wing T offense is you have to hesitate. You can't just pursue forward if you're the defense. You got to wait and see who's got the football, and they do a lot of double handoffs. That's a staple for them in this wing T offense. Bohannon under center after the 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6 from the 45-yard line. It's tough because you got to keep them behind the sticks, otherwise they're content to do this right here as they go fullback up the middle, and he gets into Cyclone territory there with Coy Autry.
Number 40 Carter was in on the stop.
That'll give them a 1st down as they get to the 47 of Russellville. Needed 6, got 8. Autry now, that brings down his average. He had 55 on the first carry, only gets 8 here. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Bohannon will hand it off this time to J.J. running left side. He's across the 40, and it's going to be a foot race down the left sideline and all the way to the end zone is J.J. Johnson for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season from 47 yards out on this one.
He just got to the outside on that left side over there and just outrunning everyone.
Well, he didn't bounce it all the way around the tackles. That was a good alleyway of blocking there by Lake Hamilton. Who, you know, if you don't have a big, strong offensive line, sometimes the wing T is a good offense to run for that, even though their offensive line is pretty good. But you create that alley, you cause hesitation, and there you go. The extra point by Marvin Garcia is up and good, 14-0. Lake Hamilton with the lead. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Autumn in Arkansas means duck hunting, so Saracen Casino and Smart Chevrolet bring you the hottest duck hunting truck in America. A custom-built Ducks Unlimited Chevy Silverado. American Luxury Coaches builds only a handful of DU trucks annually, and Saracen Casino will give away one of these extremely limited editions this month. Play to win an amazing Ducks Unlimited custom-built Chevy pickup only from Saracen.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Cyclones hoping to end their losing streak. They've lost 11 in a row, 2 last year and 9 this year, but already behind the 8 ball a little bit. We're in the first quarter here at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Russellville trailing 14-0 here with 8:18 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll give you the scoring details on that scoring drive by Lake Hamilton, but first we have the kickoff. Russellville chase back to the 2-yard line, giving the return here across the 20, 25, and they're taking a lick, getting across the 25. Near the 30 is where Russellville will set up, and I'm not sure who returned that.
That's Callahan.
That's Sam Callahan. Good to see him 100% healthy. I don't know if he's 100%, but well enough to play tonight. They're going to put him at the 28-yard line, and on the return by Callahan.
I like some of the moves he made. He got about the 23rd or 23-yard line, and all of a sudden he started making these little moves and worked his way up to the 28.
On that drive, they go 59 yards in 3 plays. J.J. Johnson, a 47-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good by Marvin Garcia, so Lake Hamilton with a 14-0 lead. That drive took 1 minute, 16 seconds. Russellville, their second offensive possession. They go 3 and out on the first one, and out of the shotgun formation, is this Ethan Haney? It sure looks like it. Out of the Wildcat formation, first snap at quarterback this year, and he's going to carry it up the middle, and he'll be stopped after about a yard or two as he gets to the 30-yard line.
That's the first time he's played quarterback, isn't it?
I don't know. I think this year. I think in junior high they had Russellville when Ethan Haney was in 9th grade switched to a little bit of a wing T offense. They had different personnel that year. They had problems catching the football and actually rallied off. I want to say they won 5 out of 6 games when they switched to that wing T offense. And so I know Ethan was in the backfield. I think he was a fullback. Might have played a little bit of quarterback there. I'm not sure.
Now Thompson back in. There's another flag.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8 for Russellville. And this will be the 3rd time we've had a flag. And I think we've already got the sideline warning. This may be on us here. And let's see if it's a warning or if it's an actual thing. We'll wait and see. All right, it is another sideline warning against Russellville, and they're going to move him back this time, I believe. Yeah, sideline infraction.
Sideline infraction.
They got the warning on the last drive, and that official saying you cannot get in my way. And here's the thing. They'll give you a little bit of leeway on that white area, but if you get in his way, bump the ref at all, they will
2nd down and 13.
They'll flag you for it. The first one Russellville got because they got inside the 25. You have to stay between the 25s. You can't be outside of that. Here's the handoff on the sweep, and Russellville going to be taken down at the original line of scrimmage at the 28-yard line. That was Justice, I believe, on that. Justice Rubin? Yeah. Justice Rubin will carry, gets to the 29-yard line. So pick up a 4 yards for Rubin.
If he had one of those old breakaway jerseys, he'd have made more yardage.
Yeah, he's had 3 catches this year, but the first time carrying the football. 3rd down and 9. Russellville with trips to the right side. They coming with the blitz, and Russellville ran right in the blitz on 3rd down. I think that's Jaden Foster, and Cyclones really had no chance on that one. They blitz with 2 linebackers coming right up the middle, and that's exactly where we were wanting to run the football.
Loss of 2 on the play. Blaine Sears on
So the Cyclones lose 2, 4th down and 11. Russellville will punt the football away. A little surprised Russellville didn't throw the ball there on 3rd and 9. We know that Julius has gotten better. He did pretty well last week in his first start. Got better in practice, I know. Jesus Perez, a line drive kick. It's going to hit the 41, take another Russellville roll, and this one does bounce out of bounds. Are they going to call it that? I don't know. I thought it hit out of bounds at the 31, but they're going to give us the 29-yard line. No, they're going to put it at the 31. No, 29. How about that?
Good coverage by Russellville. Stovall was right there on the ball, watching to see if it's going to come back or not.
Every little bit helps. 44 yards on the punt. There was no return, but the Cyclones so far cannot stop Lake Hamilton, as they haven't had very many plays. They've had 5 offensive plays. They've run the football each play, 117 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. They lead at 14-0 here at Cyclone Stadium. 6:12 left to play here in the first quarter. Bohannon, who, as we said, he's thrown 160 passes this year. This is the first time dropping back, play action. He's going to throw across the middle, and it's going to be complete. And diving forward inside the 40-yard line is their wide receiver, number 8, Blaine Sears.
Well, we had good coverage on him, but it's just a great pass where only the receiver could catch it.
In the past, when they pass on you, it's been because somebody's been wide open. They have a better quarterback than they've had in years, Jace Bohannon, and he connects with Sears there for 34 yards to our 37-yard line. Blaine Sears, I think that's his 3rd catch of the year. They're going to go back under center like they did last one. They just faked the handoff, and now he's directing traffic, going with the wing T. 2 wingbacks there, and play clock down to 0. Did they get called for delay of game? They did. The coaching staff over there on Lake Hamilton did not see the play clock. And so a mistake there, and that's the first penalty called on Lake Hamilton. Backs them back. You know Tommy Gillerin is probably not happy about that. If you know Gillerin's name, it's because he's been around high school football for almost 30 years. But people in this area may know him because he played offensive line at Arkansas Tech. He was a class of 93. He also was a head coach at Dover from 97 to 2000. So people may remember that. From Dover, he went to Fountain Lake, was there for 14 seasons, won the state championship in 2009. He was eyeing the Lake Hamilton job even before it came open because he played there, was turned down once, got it the next year. They go with a reverse, and they're going to have a penalty, a dead ball, false start against Lake Hamilton. So back-to-back flags on the Wolves. They're going the wrong direction, the right direction for us.
Well, that clock was down to about 2 seconds
47-yard line.
when they snapped the ball, so I thought they were going to get another penalty for delay.
It's 1st and 20 for the Wolves. Back-to-back penalties. 5:25 left to play here in the first quarter. They lead at 14-0. Lake Hamilton just needs a victory, and they secure the 6th seed. Russellville needs to win by 13 or more to get to a coin flip with Siloam Springs and Lake Hamilton.
Down to 3.
Yep, they're milking it down. They're going to give it to Autry. He's going to run left side behind the left side of that line, and he'll get inside the 45 to about the 40. Pick up a 7 on the play.
Gain of 6.
Yeah, to finish that thought on Gillerin, he's from Lake Hamilton. He was at Fountain Lake, which is where his wife was from. The job came open in 2017, and he was a finalist, but they gave it to a guy from Altus, Oklahoma. After one season, they called him back, said, hey, we made a mistake. Will you come be the head coach? And he's been there since 2018. They won 2 state championships. He was a player on one of the state championship teams. Here's the end around, is what I like to call it, with J.J. Johnson, who scored last time.
J.J. Johnson on the carry.
I don't know if that's what they call it, but that's what I call it. They get to the 35-yard line. It'll pick up 5 yards, 3rd down and 8. See, when you get them behind the sticks, not that they can't erase that, but I like giving them 1st and 20 if they're going to run the football like that. Makes it 3rd and 8. The Cyclone defense gives up 3rd downs at a rate of 59% on the season. Can help that if we stop them here. Back to pass, Bohannon. He's got a man open in the secondary, thrown, complete a catch inside the 20-yard line. Falling down is Braden Goodale, his 13th catch of the season.
Yeah, there's a high pass. He had to jump up for it and fell backwards.
Well, he found a spot in that zone. We had a man in front of him, man behind him, but it was dropped in there by Bohannon, and he's 2 of 2 now for 52 yards. That goes for 18, and it gives the Wolves a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone, and Coach Wheeler wants to take a timeout. 3:41 left to play here in the first quarter. Russellville trailing 14-0. Let's take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
Welcome back. We're at Cyclone Stadium in the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. The Cyclones trailing by a score of 14-0. And they are in the red zone. Lake Hamilton is. I'm checking our red zone stats. 85% of the time teams score on us when they get in the red zone. 33 times they've been in. We've stopped them 5 times. They're at the 17-yard line on 1st and 10. Lake Hamilton, after the timeout by the Cyclones, go back to a little bit different look out of the wing tee. Bohannon under center will change the play. Everybody looking at their wristbands. Play clock at 13, plenty of time. Bohannon will hand it off to Johnson. Running left side, not much there. In fact, Ethan Haney, he got past Haney. Haney just grabbed him by the jersey and pulled him back. They'll give him positive yards to the 14-yard line. Sorry.
That's a good stop by Haney. I mean, he wasn't going to turn loose.
No. And J.J. Johnson there picks up 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. Mountain Home was all poised to beat Greenwood, but early first quarter score, Mountain Home trails the Bulldogs 14-0. I told him, it's the weakest Greenwood defense I've seen, but best offense I've seen. They're running left side, and Haney's going to sling him down there with a little help from Brandon Flores. Johnson maybe got a yard.
Boy, that's good defense there. Good game tackling. He was trying to get to that left side, outside, and Cyclone defense just wouldn't let him.
Yeah, Haney and Flores there closing the door. They have it left hash at the 13-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Maybe a rollout here. The Cyclones changing some personnel, bringing in an extra defensive back / linebacker. They're going to go under center. We'll just say under center until they do switch back to the shotgun. Back to pass Bohannon. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now roll to his right. He needs the 8-yard line. He's going to be hit at the 10, slung down. Ball comes loose, rolls out of bounds. Russellville cannot cover it. That's going to be close to a first down, and now we have a flag coming down. And I don't know if he got the first down or not. This flag, if it's on us, it'll give them the first down. Bohannon had lost the football. I thought he had it, but I'm not sure. And the flag is out of bounds at the 7. I think they're spotting it. Are they spotting it at the 8-yard line? I'll have to wait and see. I think it's the 8-yard line is where they're putting down, so it would be a 4th down and 1.
That may be a flag on both. 2 players from both teams.
Maybe offsetting, that would help us. Dead ball, personal, sportsmanlike conduct against Russellville. So it's not an automatic first down, but it'll give them a first down, as it'll put them half the distance to the goal.
Penalty yardage will be marked off half the distance.
And it'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
The old saying, the official sees the second person, and I think that's probably what happened.
I honestly didn't see it because I was looking at the ball, and we were trying to dive on it and secure it before it rolled out of bounds. I think that was Haney that's trying to grab it. So they have it 1st and goal from the 4. Autry running right side. He's into the end zone easily, and it's 20-0 Lake Hamilton. Lake Hamilton has not been stopped. 3 drives, all for touchdowns. They have 194 yards of offense, 142 on the ground. That's the first touchdown run by Coy Autry. I forgot he did get caught from behind, didn't he? The extra point attempt by Marvin Garcia, number 97. We told you that he's missed 3 extra points this year, but he's 8 for 8 from field goal range. This extra point, plenty of leg on this one. It's 21-0. No, they missed it wide right. So we'll keep it at 20-0. 2:14 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
My primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trail 20-0 on that scoring summary. Lake Hamilton goes 71 yards in 8 plays in 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Coy Autry, a 4-yard touchdown run. The extra point was missed by Marvin Garcia. 20-0 here in the first quarter. And the Cyclones got to get something going offensively here. Russellville with 0 first downs here in just the first quarter. We're at Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Cyclones going to return the kickoff from the 4-yard line. And Parker Jackson spin move there at the 20. That one warranted, and it gets to the 22-yard line.
I like the way Jackson runs. He's covering up that ball with both hands. I like that. He didn't want to lose it.
22-yard line.
Russellville has been dangerous on special teams. You mentioned maybe scoring from special teams. The Cyclones have had 3 runbacks this year, 2 on kickoffs and 1 on punt. But get some positive yards, get past the 20 there. Russellville just needs to do something. They just need to make some first downs, keep that offense off the field. Cyclones with 16 total yards here in this first quarter. They start the 25-second clock. Cyclones huddle on the sideline. They've done this the last few games where they'll huddle on the sideline, then run out there and get ready to snap the football. Got to hurry. 9 seconds on the play clock. In at backfield is Sam Callahan behind Juju Thompson, the quarterback. Man in motion. That's Rubin. They'll turn and hand it off to Callahan, and he's going to lose yardage as he's slung down inside the 20. Usually that's a flag, but in the lineman there, Fabian Garcia, was throwing his hands up saying, who, me? I don't see a flag. I saw the man in the white hat reach, but he didn't pull out the flag. I thought maybe he was going for that flag. The Cyclones lose 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13 at the 19.
Well, it's tough to run right up the middle against this Lake Hamilton defense. They've stopped us about 3 times. We're going to have to take it to the outside.
Back to pass. Thompson looking left. He's got a man open, Parker Jackson, and he can't make the catch. And now we have a late hit as Jackson was thrown down, and That was on DJ Wilson, and you could say, well, he didn't know. No, he could see the ball was not there, and this is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Lake Hamilton.
Personal foul against the defense.
Mark it off.
15-yard penalty.
You know, we knew even with Lake Hamilton being 2-7 overall, having their second losing season in 3 years, they've not been shut out. They've scored a touchdown in every game this year. And so we knew their offense was going to be okay. Did they just give it? They just gave us a 19-yard penalty. Yeah, they miscounted on the penalty. There's a screen pass to Jackson because we were at the 19 and it goes to the 38-yard line. So we're going to have to call that the 19, though. 19-yard penalty. A pass there complete, but we'll lose yards on the play. Back to the 37. No, they're going to give us
line of scrimmage.
Yeah, how about that?
No gain. Second down and 10 at the Cyclone 38-yard line.
Second down and 10. Yeah, look, for a math teacher, that drives me insane, the fact that they counted off a 19-yard penalty. We've seen that a lot. We've seen it against us. We'll take it tonight.
Number 40 Carter is going to be the quarterback.
Yeah, we've seen this once before. Ford will keep it on the Wildcat play. He'll duck his head and run, and he'll get over the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1. That'll bring up third down and 9. Mentioned that the Wolves have scored a touchdown in every game this year. Russellville's, they've been shut out twice, and they've had 4 games where they've failed to score a touchdown. Last week, got 2 field goals from Jesus Perez in the loss to Siloam Springs. 3 wide receivers to the right for Russellville. Third down and 9. Thompson. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. He's got a little bit of room to get the edge there, and he's going to be upended there at the 43-yard line. I tell you, if you're struggling to stop Lake Hamilton, you might be thinking about this on 4th down and 5. Maybe a hard count. Try to get him to jump, maybe. Not sure.
Well,
that's the final play of the first quarter. So we'll take a break. Russellville trailing 20-0. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
What does care look like through the years? From the first memories to the treasured moments. From life's accomplishments to life's challenges. We're here for you, body and mind. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of families for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind with the kind of coverage that ensures your best days are ahead. Take good care, Arkansas.
Ready for a music tour through the Arkansas Delta? Let's see. Johnny Cash Boyhood Home? Check. A live broadcast of the country's longest-running blues radio program? We've got it. A visit to the restored childhood home of Levon Helm? On the list. Find these spots and more as you travel through the Arkansas Delta Music Trail. Sounds from the soil and soul. Go to deltabyways.com to see all the driving tours through the Arkansas Delta Byways region.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Russellville trailing 20-0. We're at Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Cyclone's looking at 4th down and 5 and looking like they may go for it, or at least maybe try to draw them off sides. I think a 5-yard penalty would give us the first down. You'll never know if sometimes it's 5.5 yards. We'll see. Man in motion is Jesus Perez. We're going for it. Rolling out to the right is Juju Thompson. He's going to heave it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. He had to get rid of it, had the pressure there, was hit as he threw it, and the Cyclones turned the ball over on downs.
What I was going to say is, back in the first quarter when Thompson went to his left and did a little flip pass to Danny Brown, that's been our best play so far in this game where we gained first yards. That's when Danny Brown ran over that defender. We may see that play again here in the second half.
Well, you hate to turn
the second quarter.
You hate to turn the ball over, but you feel like you got to do something there. But you've given Lake Hamilton a short field to work with. The Cyclones now this year, they're 6 of 17 going for it on 4th downs. They've given Lake Hamilton a short field. They got to get a stop or at least maybe a field goal attempt. The Wolves leading 20-0. Bohannon, first time out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Plenty of time. He's going to roll to his right. Breaks an arm tackle there, and he'll step out of bounds as he gets inside the 40-yard line. They've switched to the gun tee this year. That's what they call it, the wing tee out of the shotgun. Russellville struggled stopping power last week against Siloam Springs, so they've gone under center until then right there.
That was number 40, Carter, who had a hand on him, but just could not get the other hand back to bring him down.
Lake Hamilton quickly to the line of scrimmage here. This time they'll go back under center with Bohannon. Coy Autry, number 1, the running back. They're going to change the play. Play clock at 13. Out of the wing tee, Bohannon will hand it off to Autry straight up the middle, kind of weaving his way there. Hit initially by Carter and Haney, who's battling an ankle injury there to assist on the tackle.
Coy Autry on the carry.
They'll put him down at the 37, a pickup of 2 on the play.
That number 40, Carter, has been around the ball just about close to every time.
3rd down and 4. They need the 33-yard line of Russellville for a first down. Bohannon again changing the play. Lake Hamilton was a 6A West runner-up last year. They tied for runner-up. They'll give it straight up the middle. Russellville's going to stop them a couple yards shy of the first down as Autry carried it straight up the gut. And now a late flag coming in. It's going to be 4th down and 2, but we'll wait and see what the flag is. Hopefully it's not on us. It was thrown by the umpire, the one who stands right behind the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Russellville. That hurt because it was going to be 4th down and 2. Second time we would have had them in 4th down situation, but a penalty has given them a first down. Again, not an automatic first down, but they only needed 2 yards, and this will be a 15-yard penalty. I shouldn't say 15-yard penalty. They marked off 19 against Lake Hamilton on a 15-yard penalty, but they do mark this one off 15. So they enter the red zone right at the 20-yard line. They have it first down and 10 from there. Their 7th first down of the game. Well, Russellville going to run out of toes, so they keep shooting themselves in the foot. And now we have a stoppage of play, and Russellville wants to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 20-0. 10:52 left to play in the first half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Quarterback, guard, running back. Every position has a role in building success. If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, maintenance technicians, millwrights, project managers, and more. Learn while you earn with free on-the-job training through Lexicon University. Competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and join us as we build America one project at a time.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Mentioned that Lake Hamilton was a 6A West runner-up last year. They only lost 2 games in conference, Greenwood and Mountain Home. They actually made the second round of the playoffs, defeating Jonesboro 61-27. They keep this up, they're going to make the playoffs, even with their second losing season in 3 years. They're going to go shotgun formation on 1st and 10 at the Cyclone 20-yard line after the penalty, sportsmanlike conduct penalty against Russellville, and the timeout by the Cyclones. Hunter Edgman is the receiver on the outside left side, but they're going to go screen pass, setting it up, little bubble screen, and they're going to hit J.J. Johnson and drive him back, but not before he picks up 5 yards. That'll be at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's good defense by Russellville. That had everybody spread out, and we pursued the ball carrier and was able to stop him before he got a first down.
Dangerously close to being a pick play because you cannot block a defensive back if the throw is across the line of scrimmage, and that might have been a little bit across the line of scrimmage. You can do it if it's a pass behind the line of scrimmage, but it sure looked like that was. 2nd down and 5. Bohannon is going to keep it on the quarterback draw out of the shotgun, and boy, just not much there. They're going to give him a yard on the play, but the Cyclones with a big hit and a big stop there by Torres Spinner.
Julio Lopez on the tackle.
You know, it must kill Coach Gillerin to go into the shotgun this year, but he had a quarterback that throw it around. And Coach Gillerin is actually a good guy. He started the FCA at Lake Hamilton when he got there 9 years ago. But tight end, Lake Hamilton, played offensive line at Arkansas Tech. This is his 27th year at coaching. At Lake Hamilton, he's 61-41. He's got over 300 wins as a high school football coach. Double handoff here. They're going to get the first down, and a lot more as they get inside the 5. They'll have it 1st and goal as the carry there by Blaine Sears.
Blaine Sears on the carry. First down and goal for the Wolves.
First down. They're going to put him down at the 2-yard line for Sears, who I think that's his second carry for 16 yards. They give him 12 on that one. First and goal from the 2.
And that's number 42, White, who saved the touchdown, brought him down.
Good to see him back. I don't know if he had a concussion. They had a late hit a couple games ago on him. Sportsman Southside did. Good to see him back. They're going to go under center. Autry going to carry it left side, and he's into the end zone for the score. Corey Autry, his second rushing touchdown tonight, and his 9th on the season. Even though he leads them in rushing, doesn't have the most rushing touchdowns coming into the game. But he's got 80 yards on 7 carries tonight. With them missing the last extra point, I thought maybe they might try to go for 2. No, they're not going to. They're going to try to kick the extra point. So they lead at 26-0 here with 9:26 left to play in the first half. Again, definitely long enough. This one is good. 27-0, Lake Hamilton leads. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. You know, Russellville gave Lake Hamilton a short field, but you really had to do that. You had to go for it on 4th down, try to get something going. But he didn't get the first down. Lake Hamilton goes 43 yards in 7 plays and 2:27. Autry carrying it in from 2 yards out. Garcia the extra point. Lake Hamilton leading it by a score of 27-0. 9:26 left to play here in the first half. Cyclones really struggled tonight on offense, just 18 total yards. They have 1 first down. They really need to get something going before this ballgame gets out of hand. Here's the kickoff. Callahan going to take it at the 8-yard line. Check, that's Parker Jackson across the 30, 40. He's got some room. He'll shake and bake around the kicker. He's down the sideline to 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cyclones. 92 yards. Parker Jackson.
Takes the return all the way.
Well, I like him faking out that kicker, too. Down the sideline, uses speed, and he was gone.
He was so smooth on his run. I don't think they really realized, they being Lake Hamilton, how fast this young man is.
Look, Cyclones will give the swinging gate look. Let's see if they try to go for 2 here. They get on the board, 27-6 our score. That's one way to do it. And the 4th special teams touchdown of the season for Russellville. Cyclones going to go for 2. Rolling out, going to throw, and it's Daughtry. Renfro gets it to Ethan Haney for the 2-point play.
He was wide open.
Haney's the one that snapped it. That weird alignment, but it works because you're an eligible receiver. The Cyclones trail at 27-8, going for 2 there. We're going to keep it right here because we don't want to miss anything. We want to tell you about that. Parker Jackson, a 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That's a 4th special teams touchdown. Russellville's returned a punt and 3 touchdowns, and all 4 have been by 4 different people. And Parker Jackson, just a sophomore, wowed a lot of people last year at RHS with his receiving ability. He wowed people there with the kickoff return. Renfro hitting Haney for the 2-point play, and the Cyclones trail at 27-8. On that scoring summary, the Cyclones just took 13 seconds for him to return that 92 yards for the score. Well, that woke up the crowd a little bit. That's one way to do it.
We talked about in pregame where we could score not only on offense but also special teams, and we saw that. That was a beautiful run.
And now Russellville will kick off, getting on the board. Trailing here 27-8. Cyclones will not be shut out tonight. They've had 4 games where they have not scored a touchdown, 2 shutouts, but not tonight. Russellville registers a first touchdown in a couple weeks. And Perez going to kick off for the Cyclones. Well, maybe a surprise onside. They've got 6 people within the front 10 yards and 4 at the very front. Maybe a pooch kick. It's going to be an onside kick, and
There it is.
Russellville's going to cover it. Jesus Perez. However, there's a flag back at the 42-yard line. Jesus Perez kicked it, returned it himself, and where that flag is, I think it's going to be on us. Because it's at the 42-yard line on the far side, on our side, and that usually means somebody's offsides. They're going to move us back 5 yards? Yeah, move us back 5 yards.
Boy, you hate to see that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. They had that play in this week where Perez, the kicker, kicks it and then runs in front of it. He wasn't the one that was offsides. It was somebody on the far side there. And they actually moved the flag back to the 35 unless there's another one. They had put it at the 42-yard line. And now they put the flag down at the 35. I don't know why. And Perez check and say, hey, you want to do this again? Yeah, he kind of kicked it and ran ahead of it, was just letting it come to him. It went 12 yards before he picked it up, but the flag was offsides before that. And Russellville, a little pooch kick here. It's going to be a live football. It's going to be caught at the 37-yard line and returned across the 40 to the 47. Goodell, who has a catch tonight, will get it to the 46 officially. So a 9-yard return by Goodell, and Lake Hamilton will start at their own 46. Russellville trailing 27-8. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a trivia question. I'm really excited about the trivia question this week. Also, this week in Cyclone Country, got some special news to tell you about the cross-country girls team today. They're competing in state. 1st and 10 for the Wolves at their own 46-yard line. Jace Bohannon out of the shotgun. Back to pass. 3 receivers on that right side. He's got plenty of time. He's going to take a shot down the middle. It's going to be complete to J.J. Johnson. He's going to score. And they go one play, 54 yards for the score.
Well, it didn't take them long to get that score back.
Well, that wing tee is so hard to stop, but when you throw in a passing quarterback, they can actually put it on the money. I mean, now he's over 100 yards passing on just 4 of 4. And that's his 8th touchdown pass of the season to just 2 interceptions.
You have to give him credit. That's a beautiful pass.
It was.
Had enough arch on it and led the receiver very well.
Well, because of injuries, Russellville really struggling on the defensive side, struggling to get pressure on the quarterback. You look at it, the Cyclones have 2 players starting tonight that have not played defense. That's how bad the injuries have been. The extra point is good. 34-8 our score. We'll take a quick break. Cyclones trailing it. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
50-50 raffles.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/get ready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Welcome back to the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Cyclone Stadium, Russellville trailing 34-8. Well, we run the kickoff back for a touchdown. Took 13 seconds, and then Lake Hamilton scores 16 seconds after that. They go 59 yards in one play. Jace Bohannon hits J.J. Johnson for a 54-yard touchdown pass. Say 59 yards? Yeah, because of that penalty. Marvin Garcia hit the extra point. 34-8 here with 8:57 left to play in the first half. A lot of scoring here, 42 points. I wonder what the over-under is tonight. Now, we may hit the over before the first half is done. Garcia running up. He'll kick this one deep. Parker Jackson not going to kick it to him again. This time he's going to take it from the 7-yard line. He's across the 30, down the sideline, breaks a tackle there. That slows him up just enough where they'll take him down shy of the 45. We almost had another one there.
The Lake Hamilton coach probably did not want that to happen. He'll probably be talking to his kicker. Keep it away from that young man.
Yeah, 37 yards on that return. I tell you, on that return, it goes 37 yards. And if they would not have grabbed his shoulder pad, he might have been off the races once again. Cyclones will have it at their own 44-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark. Again, 16th meeting between these two teams. The Cyclones have won 8 and lost 7. Both these teams made the playoffs last year. Lake Hamilton made it to the second round. They lost to Benton 57-14. Remember, the Cyclones lost 38-31 to El Dorado. Rubin on the sweep gets the handoff from Juju Thompson. He can't hit the edge. He's tackled short of the line of scrimmage. He was tackled awkwardly. I'm thankful to see him jump back up. Lost 2 on the play.
Yeah, went to his knees, and he was pulled backwards, and that could have caused some problems.
And Russellville was 5-6 overall last year, 5-5 heading into, I believe, in the playoffs. I think they were a 5 seed last year, if memory serves. 3 receivers to the right on second down and long. Rubin in and out of his hands. I think he was looking to make a move there. Try to spin to get some extra yards. Russellville will be looking at third down and 12.
Yeah, you just about see his helmet move to the left, looking to see who was behind him when that ball hit his hands.
The Wolves made the playoffs last year, did not make it the year before. That actually stopped a string of 19 consecutive seasons they made the playoffs until 2023. That's just unheard of. Lake Hamilton, they can beat some teams just based on how their offense. It's really tough to prepare for when you don't have like less than a week. Third down and 12. Thompson rolling to his right, breaks an arm tackle there. He's across the 45 to midfield. He's going to be stopped shy of the first down, but Russellville may go for it here because it looks like it's going to be about 4th and 2. As he got down to the 48, 10-yard pickup there by Julius Thompson. I think you got to go for it here. You're down 34-8. You're on their side of the 50. Cyclones, after missing that earlier tonight, they are now 6 of 17. That's right around 35% of getting fourth downs. They've been stopped once tonight on fourth down. You got to go here. 4th and 2. You need right at the 46-yard line of Lake Hamilton for a first down. They're going to blitz up the middle and right into the running room there of Jaden Foster, trying to keep those legs moving, but cannot get enough. He gets maybe a yard with forward progress, needed 2, and the Cyclones are stopped.
Yeah, I think Lake Hamilton knew that Foster was going to get that ball.
They're looking at it, but he's a good yard shy of the first down. And they blitz right up. That's the second time they've done that, right into the running lane. And Lake Hamilton is held on 4 downs. They'll have it at their own 47-yard line. Well, how about an interception? You know, the Cyclones have not intercepted a pass all year, and that's actually the topic of our trivia question coming up at the half. Lake Hamilton's only thrown 6 this year, and the quarterback has thrown 2. Jace Bohannon, 2 of those 6. They've had special reverses, and they've thrown 4 picks out of those. They have 7 fumbles, so 13 total turnovers on the season. How about a turnover here? We could use it. Cyclones on that last drive started at the 44. They, all in all, picked up 10 yards, but had to turn the ball over on downs. Lake Hamilton going to start out of the shotgun. Bohannon, number 5, 3 receivers to the right. Last time they in this formation, he threw it. He's going to throw it here. He's got a man wide open. Wide open. It's going to be complete and all the way for the score. Hunter Edgman, he broke through. And
there's a flag.
Yeah, that's a flag after the touchdown. So he broke through. He was wide open. Nobody covered him. He was kind of lined up at that wing T tight end spot. And he's going to get a flag for the celebration on this as it goes 53 yards for the score. And the flag was thrown right around the 2-yard line as he entered the end zone and started to celebrate. You're not allowed to do that. We saw somebody for, was it Fort Smith Southside, that spiked the football and got flagged for it. Now, Coach Wheeler going to be talked to. They're going to ask him, do you want to assess it on the extra point or the kickoff? And you almost always take the kickoff.
Result of the play is a touchdown.
So it makes it 40-8.
Unsportsmanlike penalty.
You know, he was holding up his fist, maybe, you know, one finger there, number 1, as he was going to the end zone. I didn't see what he did after that, but I figure it was after that he actually got it.
Why would you hold up number 1?
Yeah, when you're 1-5, number 1 for the 6th seed. How about that? The extra point by Garcia. Boy, I don't know if that was partially blocked or he just missed it anyway, but he just whiffed on it. So 40-8's our score. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Lake Hamilton 40,
Money is never an easy topic to talk about, but it is a must when you have kids. I'm State Treasurer John Thurston, and my office is here to make saving money for college or vocational school quick and effortless. Sign up for automatic payroll deductions into the Arkansas Brighter Future 529 account and help change the course of your child's life.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement at brighterfuturedirect529.com. Paid for by the Arkansas Section 529 Plan Review Committee.
Well, because of the unsportsmanlike conduct by Lake Hamilton, they're going to have to kick off from their own 25-yard line. We're at Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. The Cyclones trailing 40-8 here, and that penalty will be 44 yards of penalties. 4 flags on Lake Hamilton. Remember, they had that 19-yard penalty. That was weird. It's supposed to be a 15, so that's why the odd number. They missed the extra point for the second time tonight. That's the 5th miss of PATs for Garcia. We'll see if they kick it to Parker Jackson or not. They go 53 yards on just one play on that touchdown drive. 8 seconds is all it took. Bohannon hit Utter Edgman for a 53-yard touchdown pass. Again, missed the extra point. He's got 100 or something. That was a bad one. He'll kick this one. He'll put everything he has into it. And Jesus Perez will field this at the 15-yard line for Russellville. Across the 30. Breaks a arm tackle there at the 35. Still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. Jesus Perez on his first kickoff return. He goes 25 yards.
You know, in that attempted extra point, I think one of the reasons he missed is because number 89 Parker of the Cyclones was in there close to him about the time he kicked, and I think he intimidated him, thinking he might block it. He just flat out missed it, but Parker did a good job getting close to the kicker.
I'm trying to check out some other scores for you. We'll have some more at halftime. Greenwood leading Mountain Home 21-0. Silent Springs and Southside tied at 14. Silent Springs needs Russellville to win this game, and they have to beat Southside in order to make the playoffs. Siloam lost to Lake Hamilton. That's why they need Lake Hamilton to stay at one conference victory. The Cyclones will have it at their own 40-yard line after the 25-yard return by Jesus Perez. The Cyclones only 10 men. They're going to run on a player late here. Ty Goff, number 18, line up as a wide receiver on the outside on the far left side. Here's the handoff. Callahan looking for some room, just not a lot of room. You know, he's coming back from an ankle injury. He had a couple carries last week. Looks like he's a little bit more mobile than he has been, but there's just no room to run over there, and he loses a couple yards.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Thompson with the ball to roll out and loosen up that defense a little bit. Just a little short pass of about 5 yards.
Callahan will come out. Jaden Foster in at running back, and Callahan hopping, and he's hopping over to the trainer table. Don't like to see that. I know he said he's good to go, but I know it wasn't 100% either. Callahan's a gamer. He wants to be out there. Julius Thompson and Russellville is going to get flagged here for a false start.
Flag on the play.
That'll move us back 5 yards, and Russellville been penalized 7 times for 44 yards. Both teams with 44 yards in penalties.
Cyclone 33-yard line.
But Russellville flagged 7 times, and Lake Hamilton flagged 4 times. The good thing is it's second down, so you still have a couple downs to play with here. Russellville trailing 40-8, 6:17 left to play here in the first half. Thompson looks left, comes back right. He'll take a shot. Parker Jackson, and he works around his man. Incomplete pass, or did they call it a catch? The flag flies at the 40-yard line. He's saying he come up with it, and he let go of it there. We'll see. If it's defensive pass interference, it's going to be waved off. I'm trying to figure out, and they're trying to figure out if it's a catch or not. They're talking about it. They're still talking about it. They got the headphone or headset system where they can talk about it. They're giving us the 37. I think he was down at the 40 anyway. I'm really confused about. All right, so it's a 30-yard reception. They wave off the penalty because Russellville obviously going to decline it. It was going to be 15 yards. We'll take the 30 yards all the way to Parker Jackson. Good catch there by Parker. You had to work around that defender in order to get that. And Julius Thompson now 3 of 5 for 41 yards. Thompson back to pass once again. Clean pocket. He's going to step up, tuck it, run. He's across the 35. There's a flag down in the secondary. He's going to be stacked up there. They'll give him forward progress to the 33, but we're going to have to hold up and see what the flag is. A flag thrown by the back judge. It came in. He threw it from about the 10-yard line all the way to the 25. And we'll wait and see. Well, it's looking like it's against us. No, holding on them. Okay.
Holding against the defense.
Well, he's going the wrong way then.
No, he's going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage, which I thought you tacked it on from the end of the run, but
10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty to the 27 there.
And the result of the play is a Russellville.
So it'll give Russellville their 4th first down of the game. Cyclones trailing 40-8, but they're at the Lake Hamilton 27-yard line.
Haney at quarterback.
2 running backs here, and no, it's Haney. No, that was Thompson in at quarterback. He'll hand it off
was it Thompson? Okay.
to Foster, who ran left side. He'll pick up a yard to the 26-yard line.
Gain of 2.
I just saw that number, and it looked like Haney's number out there.
Well, they had 2 running backs in front of the quarterback running shotgun there. Foster now, he's back to 0 yards because he had lost yardage on a couple carries. Brandon Flores will check in, part of the heavy package here for Russellville. Danny Brown also in. Second down and 9. Play clock at 7, and Russellville may have to call timeout. They're still trying to get the play call in. It's at 3 seconds, 2 seconds. May need to call timeout here. And they got called for delay of game. They had 1 timeout left. I don't know. Did they call it? Or the official side judge saying, hey, I think they got the timeout. So they are. They're going to give Russellville the timeout. So we'll save the yardage, and Russellville uses their last timeout. We'll take a break. Cyclones trailing 40-8 with 5:05 left to play here in the first half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With the Pell Grant, the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Cyclones trailing Lake Hamilton 40-8. Russellville and the Wolves have played 8 consecutive seasons. Lake Hamilton won this game last year 56-24 in the final regular season game. Cyclones had 5 turnovers, including a pick 6 with 14 seconds left. Lake Hamilton also a punt return for a touchdown in that game. You remember that. Russellville, after taking their last time out, looking at 2nd down and 9 here at the 26-yard line of Lake Hamilton. Ball's on the turf on the handoff, and I think Lake Hamilton, they come up with, no, Julius Thompson somehow came up with that. So we lose yards, but Juju did a good job to get that ball back.
That was close. Boy, that was close.
Yeah, it's a fumble, and he came back up with it, so we'll have it at the 34-yard line, and 3rd and 16 is what we'll have. Cyclones have had 14 fumbles lost on the season. Good thing that wasn't 15. 3rd and 16 here, maybe in 4-down territory if we can pick up about half of it here. Thompson back to pass, blitz, they pick it up. He'll move now to his left. He's going to run it. He's inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line. Said we wanted half. That was really close to half as they get to the 24-yard line. There's a lot of play going on after the whistle here.
He stopped at the Wolves.
And they caught the 24 is what they'll do it. 9 yards on the pickup, so 4th and 7.
They're going for a field goal?
Well, right here it'd be a 42-yarder. That would not be a career long. Last year, Jesus hit a 44-yarder. The longest this year is 40. He's 2 of 7 on the year. Struggled a little bit this year. This would be a 41-yarder, I believe, if he could hit this one. It's down. It's a low-line drive and just under the crossbar. That looked like a knuckleball coming out of there.
It did.
Yeah, he misses this one. Just barely under, and the Cyclones unable to score on that drive. 3:40 left to play here in the first half. And it works as a punt on a missed field goal in high school football. I remember our buddy Travis Simpson can help me with this. Dardanelle used to always line up for a field goal, even if like they were on their own 20, because it was like a punt. I believe Dardanelle's the team that used to do that, but this one, so it works as a punt. So you miss a field goal, it's like punting the ball into the end zone. Wolves get the ball at the 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Bohannon out of the shotgun, back to pass, this time looking short and to the right. It's complete and driven out of bounds. Good job by the Cyclones there for a short gain on the pass to J.J. Johnson.
To J.J. Johnson. Second down and 7 at the Wolves' 20.
That might have been Marijoy, or might have been Julius Thompson.
Another
there.
Flag in.
Yeah, flag coming in. I'd say Julius Thompson might have been on the stop, or Jerron Brown. I couldn't tell. The jersey's kind of hard to see with it rolling up there. And now we have unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be the flag. This is going to go against Russellville. This is after the play, so they'll get credit for those 4 yards, and then 15 yards on top of that. That'll give Lake Hamilton a first down here. Their 11th first down of the game, and Coach Wheeler just wanting an explanation. He's saying, okay, can you tell me who it's on and what happens? 3:33 left to play here in the first half. Russellville trailing 40-8. And it was, okay, Travis Simpson. It was Dardanelle because they didn't have a punter, but had a okay place kicker. I thought it was. I think you let me come with you to when they played. Didn't the host Arkadelphia get upset in the playoffs? I think. I remember a mud bowl that year. They're talking about it, talking to Coach Wheeler. You're allowed an explanation, and the person who is the offender, and it is going to be marked off against the Cyclones. They'll put it down at the 39-yard line. Russellville now 8 penalties for 59 yards, and that gives Lake Hamilton a first down. I was going to say, Lake Hamilton is still with 3 timeouts, clock rolling, though. And Jace Bohannon out of the shotgun once again. He's not throwing an incomplete pass yet. This is the Coy Autry running right side, slips down, and there's a late flag coming in. And is this on us? Is this a face mask or is this a hold? It's just a 1-yard stop or a pickup there for Autry, but we'll have to wait and see. It is going to be a holding penalty.
Stovall was the one who brought him down. Good defense by Stovall.
Yeah, so he was getting held and tackled, and he still made the tackle. Stovall, one of the many seniors playing in their final regular season game. They announced the football seniors first, and then seniors from other sports and dance and cheer. They do that before the last game. They do that in all the sports, or not all sports, but I mean all of the schools. We saw that last week at Siloam Springs. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in the first half. Russellville trailing 40-8, and Lake Hamilton running some players off. They're looking at 1st and 20 after the holding penalty. They've been penalized 6 times for 64 yards, and now with the play clock down to 4, they're going to call timeout. So we'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 40-8. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Greg Hatcher and his companies are proud supporters of high school football. The Hatcher Agency is the state's largest employee benefits agency, offering outrageous service and voted best insurance agency in Arkansas virtually every year since 2004. Hatcher Capital Investments offers 401k plans and wealth management. Twin City Limousine offers vehicles that are great for weddings. And of course, the popular Scoops homemade ice cream. Greg Hatcher and his companies wish you a successful season.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium at the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Cyclone Cheers hosting a invitational tomorrow. If you're not doing anything, you might want to come check it out. We got to see the high school team cheer yesterday and do one of their performances at Cyclone Madness at the arena, and it's impressive. It's very impressive. And so Russellville, the senior high division, they're going to be performing at 11:25. Come out and watch it on 1st and 20. Here's a pass complete to J.J. Johnson for Lake Hamilton. He's got a lot of room. Down the sideline, the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. What they did was J.J. Johnson ran across the field from the right side all the way to the left. I don't know if Russellville passed him over or what, but he was wide open. That goes for a touchdown of 71 yards. And Lake Hamilton leading it 46-8. Looking at 1st and 20 after the penalty. They call timeout. They run that play, 71 yards. Their quarterback, Bohannon, now 7 of 7, 239 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Amazing. I never thought would have that stat line for a quarterback for Lake Hamilton. With the wing tee they run. They barely squeaked the extra point in up the left upright there, and 47-8 is our score. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's a great day for football. Two rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. Two rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Welcome back on that scoring drive. They go 80 yards in 2 plays. Bohannon hits J.J. Johnson for a 71-yard touchdown pass. Garcia added the extra point. 34 seconds on the drive. How many touchdown drives they have of less than a minute? They've had 4 touchdown drives that have been less than a minute. And the extra point, with that extra point being good, 47-8 our score. If the Cyclones don't score here in the final 3 minutes, we'll have the sportsmanship rule for the second half. Hate to see that on senior night. Love to see us score and make it a little longer game of it. Cyclones had a tough go of it to try to get to the playoffs. They needed to win this game by 13 or more and have Siloam lose to Fort Smith Southside. We thought that part might be a gimme, but Southside's struggling with Siloam. They've just scored to take a 7-point lead, 21-14, that being played at Fort Smith Southside. They're going to kick the ball along the turf, and Cyclone's going to fall on it at the 32-yard line. So Russellville will set up shop there. The Cyclones have really struggled tonight. Lake Hamilton defense has given up some points this year, but they've had Russellville's number. Just 57 yards of offense for the Cyclones, 404 yards of offense for Lake Hamilton. We'll have stats for you coming up at the half, along with Cyclone history. The trivia question that's going to kind of tie in to our Cyclone history moment. Again, this week at Cyclone Country, we've been talking about the cheer team. You got Seth Moore's on the cheer team, and also Rodrigo Nunez-Ninas, who's also the goalkeeper on the starting goalkeeper for the Cyclone soccer team, state champion Cyclone soccer team. And they're pretty athletic, fun bunch to watch. It's kind of what you see in college. They're that good. Russellville looking at 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Play action. Julius Thompson rolling out to his right, being chased there, and going to be hit, and can't shake the tackler there, and he's going to be stopped inside the 30-yard line.
You know, when that play developed, it looked like a busted play. I don't know if that's right or not, but he turned around, and nobody was there. Foster had broke to his left.
Russellville will lose 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 13. Cyclones with no timeouts left. 2:35 left to play here the first half, trailing 47-8. Out of the shotgun formation, Thompson with Foster to his right. Will look short side of the field. Nothing there. Step up in the pocket there. We're going to have flag here, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. But this is going to be a face mask against Lake Hamilton. 2 officials saw it. So we're going to wipe this out. We're going to get a first down out of this.
It's pretty obvious.
2 years ago, we were here playing Lake Hamilton. It was a very monumental game as Tracy Daniels became the Cyclone all-time leading rusher. There we go, face mask. Remember, Tracy needed 87 yards. He got 142 yards against Lake Hamilton. Russellville won the game 40-14. It was a good night. They're going to say a 5-yard penalty. So I lied when I said it was going to be a first down. They call it the 5-yard penalty. So Russellville will be looking at 2nd down and 8. Keep the down. Foster now to the left of Thompson. Short side of the field is the right side. He's going to pull it. Throw it on the option play. They practiced that a lot this year, running the option where you could run it or toss it. And he was not able to make the connection there to Danny Brown.
Well, earlier, and I talked about it in the first quarter, Danny had broke down the field some. He was just about where the line of scrimmage was. And, it was thrown down toward his feet. There's no way he could catch that ball. Going to have to hurry and get the play in.
Yeah, 9 seconds on the play clock. Russellville looking at 3rd down and 8, 1:51 left to play here in the first half. Clock is stopped after that incompletion. Thompson back to pass here, throwing near side, incomplete. Coming back to the football was Parker Jackson, unable to haul it in.
4th down and 8.
Again, a little bit too low for him.
44-yard line.
It'll be 4th down and 8. Russellville will have to punt the football away.
Like Hamilton doesn't have. Yeah, they got somebody.
Yeah,
back
they're running
now.
on J.J. Johnson back. Boy, really good kick. It's chasing him backwards here. It's going to hit 38, take a big Russellville roll. He wasn't set up, and if he would have tried to catch that, maybe could have been a fumble, but big roll there. 49-yard punt for Jesus Perez. No return, and Lake Hamilton will have it at their own 17-yard line here with 1:37 left. We'll see if the Wolves want to do something with it or not. They have 2 timeouts remaining. The longest punt this year for Jesus has been 55 yards, so that's probably his second longest. That'll help the average. He's averaging just over 30 now.
He's punted well tonight.
They may not be trying to score, but running this dead tee, they can always break one. Bohannon goes under center. He is back to pass. Got a man behind everybody. He doesn't see him. He's going to throw far side. Coy Autry wide open. He's got it first down the sideline. He's at midfield, picks up a block, cuts back, and he may go. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown, and he picked up a big block on that far side there by number 8 Sears that sprung him for the final 40 yards. Coy Autry scores on the pass from Bohannon of 83 yards, and that makes it 53-8. That's Coy Autry's first receiving touchdown of the season. It was just a little 10-yard out pattern, but he was left unguarded. The safeties were back. They were trying to take away the deep man, Hunter Edgman, who had burned Russellville earlier. So the 10-yard pass turns into an 83-yard touchdown pass. Boy, they barely get the snap down. The kick is up, and it's good. 54-8, the Wolves lead it with 1:20 left here in the first half. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
No matter where you are from, a big city, a small town, or somewhere in between, you'll find your place at the University of Arkansas. With a vibrant campus community, including the full Razorback and SEC experience, an unbeatable mix of academic excellence and outdoor fun, the U of A is the place to be. Learn from our world-class faculty, benefit from our record scholarship funding for Arkansans, and access resources to launch your future career. The University of Arkansas, your path starts here.
One other touchdown drive for Lake Hamilton that took less than a minute. This goes 17 seconds. They go 83 yards in one play. Bohannon to Coy Autry on that play, and Bohannon, he was having a night here for Lake Hamilton, the quarterback. Easily the most yards we've given up passing to Lake Hamilton. Bohannon now 8 of 8 for 322 yards and 4 touchdowns. 54-8 our score. We're at Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. Lake Hamilton Garcia will kick off. He's running up. They're not going to take any more. They're not going to kick it deep to Parker Jackson anymore. This is Renfro, who covered the first one. He's going to take this one at the 33-yard line across the 46, and a late flag coming in. We'll have to check this out. Yeah, even after Parker Jackson returned the touchdown, they kicked it back, and he ran it back for a while, and they're finally saying, hey, we're just going to kick it short from now on. Ball's at the 46. It's a 13-yard return for Renfro. But we'll have to wait and see what the flag. I have no idea. This was thrown from behind Lake Hamilton. Personal foul, face mask. So it'll give the Cyclones the football in Lake Hamilton territory to start this drive. The Cyclones with no timeouts left. 1:14 left to play in the first half, but trailing 54-8.
Now this was a big one. Down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they give us a 20-yard penalty. No, a 15-yard penalty. Kidding, because of the 19-yard penalty that they'd get marked off against Lake Hamilton in the first quarter. Jaden Foster in at quarterback. This is the 4th different quarterback used. Wildcat formation. The Cyclones going to lose yardage back at the 42-yard line.
Thompson on the carry.
Well, they've been all over that Wildcat.
They have. They've stopped us. We hadn't even made it back to the line of scrimmage on one of those Wildcats.
Yeah, we've struggled. I think Ethan Haney had some positive yards.
Loss of 3, second down and 13.
That just has not worked tonight.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. You know, we've had some monumental games against Lake Hamilton. 400th victory in school history was 93. Here's a fake handoff to Rubin, and Foster going to carry forward to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 7 on the play. I mentioned about Tracy Daniels last year.
Timeout, injury timeout.
We have an injury timeout. Player down for Lake Hamilton. You know, I was talking to somebody today about when these two teams met in the playoffs was 2011. I remember doing the game. Of course, we didn't have live stream at the time, radio. But it was in the playoffs, a year that we had that blended conference and everybody made the playoffs. And Russellville goes to Lake Hamilton. And what I remember most was the lightning delay in the second half. And I think it went over an hour and a half. I remember because filling time on the radio back then was really hard. And it was over 90 minutes, I believe, that we had that. And I think they only had 2 90-minute rain delays like that. I think Siloam we had one. But that was back in 2011. It's the only time these two teams have ever met in the playoffs. The first time the two teams met was 81 and 82, met back-to-back years, and Russellville won both of those by shutout, 24-0 and 28-0. And both teams have had a 4-game winning streak against the other. Russellville won the first 4. Lake Hamilton has been shut out 3 times in this series. Russellville's not been shut out against Lake Hamilton, and Parker Jackson assured that wasn't going to be the case as he returned that kickoff return for a touchdown. Lake Hamilton player is up now and going to walk off. A little bit of help there, and that's number 34, one of their two-way players, Braden Gooddale, who has a not a touchdown reception, but a reception tonight, a kickoff return, and also play some defense for them. As a lot of your players today will do that. We'll have scores coming up for you at the half, and I was told by our buddies at Mountain Home, hey, we think we have a shot this year. You know, we think we might have it this year, and playing against Greenwood. Well, they played well, but they're trailing 21-0 there at the half. So as we go back, it's 3rd down and 7. Handoff here to Foster straight forward. Spin move as he broke a tackle, gets to the 31-yard line. And this will bring up a 4th down that Russellville will most certainly go for it here. 4th down and 2.
Going quickly.
You got to go quickly. There's 5 seconds left. I don't know if we're going to get it off. We can't stop. We don't have any timeouts. Once they do get the play off, Thompson back to pass. He's just going to heave it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Going for Parker Jackson, and that's how the first half ends. The Cyclones trail here at the half by a score of 54-8. Coming up at the half, we have stats for you. We've got trivia question, a lot going on, and that's coming up during our halftime show. We'll take a break. Russellville trailing 54-8. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation costs, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
For more than 150 years, Lyon College has offered exceptional opportunities for Arkansas students and launched outstanding careers right here in the Natural State. Now the future is even brighter with the opening of our brand new football stadium on the Batesville campus and our new School of Dental Medicine in Little Rock. From our strong academic reputation and competitive athletics to our beautiful campus, Lyon is dedicated to preparing graduates who make a difference in Arkansas communities. Learn more at lyon.edu. Lyon College, a better world starting in Arkansas.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Thinking about buying an RV? Now's the time, and Nice Campers is the place. This family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating the Forest River Great Getaway Sales event happening now. Shop top brands like Tracer, Flagstaff, and Puma with no hidden fees, no pressure, and financing starting at just $99 a month. Visit Nice Campers at 3814 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville or call 479-229-1499. Browse anytime at nicecampers.com. Nice Campers, family values, unbeatable deals, and adventure-ready RVs.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Russellville trailing at the half 54-8 here on senior night. And before we get to our takeaways from the first half, it's time for our Do You Know, your Cyclone facts. And anxious to see on this one because we're going to tie it in for some Cyclone history. And here's the question for this week. Do you know who has the most interceptions in a single season for Russellville in Cyclone history? Just a single season, not the career. Single season. We'll give you the answer and a little bit of Cyclone history later on during our halftime show. Well, what's your takeaways from the first half?
I tell you what, it's been a very unusual first half. I want to date myself. Back, I remember watching a baseball game of the week with Dizzy Dean and Pee Wee Reese. Some of the guys out there listening to me may have remember that in black and white. And Dizzy Dean, anytime there was a walk by a pitcher, he'd say, "Oh, those bases on balls. They'll come back to get you." Well, you can say that about penalties tonight. Oh, those penalties. They'll come back to get you. And that's happened to Russellville tonight. I've got us down for 8 penalties. I think that's what you quoted earlier. That has hurt us tonight when we've on offense and on defense. And what we're going to have to do is just control those things, cut those things, because they do nothing but hurt you. We've been unable to stop the run, but we've been able to score on special teams. That's very important. And it's just been a good game. I know our defense is hurting with injuries, but any time, and we get the ball to start the second half, we have got to go down and score right off the bat.
Yeah, it's been a tough first half for the Cyclones, and we're going to give you the stats later on in this half. We're still trying to do some totaling, but want to go ahead and jump into we have a lot of features that I really enjoy, and this is one that I like to talk about this week in Cyclone Country. Usually we take a break now, but I think we got to talk about this because of what happened today. And so we're going to start right now. This week in Cyclone Country, the 5A state cross-country meet. They have it at Oaklawn, which is kind of cool. And the Lady Cyclones didn't win it, but they came in runner-up. So congratulations, Lady Cyclones. They were runner-up today at the state Cyclone meet. We had, I think we had 6 runners, boys and girls, that made all-state. Madeline Honoron, I know Paxton Lawless, I'm trying to remember Jackson Smith, of course, Carson Walker. And so congratulations to both the teams, but especially the Lady Cyclones and Coach John Frazier for the 5A state runner-up today at Oaklawn Park. Otherwise, junior high football, they closed their regular season this week. The 8th grade defeated Morrilton. The 9th grade lost to Morrilton. Again, they do that on Tuesday. Last night, we had Cyclone Madness at Cyclone Arena. Saw all the basketball teams from 7th grade on up. And basketball starts next week when you're talking about, I think the middle school travels to Pottsville for a road game, I think on Monday. So immediately, as far as the high school is concerned, they'll scrimmage Sheridan. Won't be an official game, but boys and girls will scrimmage Sheridan on November the 11th, and that will be at Cyclone Arena. I say Thursday, I meant Tuesday, November the 11th on Tuesday. That'll be at the Cyclone Arena. So it's kind of that period where we're transitioning to other sports, but basketball season is about to tip off. I won't say kick off, tip off and get underway with all those going on last night. And once again, I do want to tell you, I mentioned it already, but about the cheer meet that's being held here at Cyclone Arena tomorrow afternoon, and our cheer team performing, I guess, just around 11:30 or so. It'd be worth to come out and see the high school do that. If you can't make it, you'll get to see them during basketball season, and they've been doing competitive cheer and doing really well with that under Coach Karen Chenault. So kind of interesting to see that. And if you're not doing anything, stop on by and check that out tomorrow. That'll be at the Cyclone Arena. Well, we've got stats. We've also got the answer trivia question. We've got our Cyclone history moment, a lot coming up, and some scores. But when we come back, we'll be finished with our stats. We'll give that to you from our first half of play. The Cyclones trailing Lake Hamilton here 54-8. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Now entering the field.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
Since 1991, Miller Roofing has stood over Arkansas rooftops as a symbol of trust, quality, and family. Miller Roofing Company has handled thousands of roofs with one goal in mind, exceeding your expectations through experience. So when storms strike, shingles age, or the unexpected happens, you don't have to wonder who to call. Remember Miller Roofing Company. They don't just build roofs, they build peace of mind. Visit miller-roofing.net today. Car trouble, big or small, Oscar's Auto Repair does it all. From oil changes to brake work to those tricky transmissions with the weird mechanical issues no one can figure out, the experts at Oscar's have you covered. Stranded? Call Oscar's for fast, dependable towing. Need a replacement vehicle? Ask about their odd-side rental cars to get you back on the road in no time. Whatever vehicle issue you're struggling with, remember Oscar's Auto Repair, 1000 East 28th Street, Russellville.
Welcome back. Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Russellville trailing Lake Hamilton by a score of 54-8. Other scores we want to certainly tell you about conference scores. Of course, Russellville, we're talking about whether or not we could make the playoffs before this game started. One of the things we needed was Southside defeat Silent Springs. I kind of thought, okay, yeah, that's a sure thing. That's a gimme. Well, not really a gimme. They're at halftime, and Southside leading Siloam 21-14 with a score in the final couple minutes of that first half. Shiloh all over Van Buren at the half, 51-7, and Greenwood shutting out Mountain Home at halftime score, just 21-0, but still a shutout so far. Pottsville leading Dover at the half by a score of 28-0. Second quarter score, Dardanelle leading Mena 7-0. Paris ahead of Two Rivers 14-0. That is a second quarter score. Hector ahead of Magazine just before the first half here, 22-6. And we do want to tell you that Atkins played last night. They lost to Mayflower by a score of 27-6. One more, if I can check out for you. The Waldron-Lamar game. We do not have a score on, but that's the scores from the 6A West and also some area schools. 6A West going to get a different look next year with Greenwood moving down to Class 5A. Shiloh Christian, I figure they're going to win a playoff game, so that means they'll be moved up to 7A. There's some talk that with those two moving out, we may be picking up Little Rock Southwest in our conference, and of course they'll be 6A, and what I think Southside's going to stay in, and we'll see how it changes. I know Greenwood does not want to move down to 5A. In fact, they probably would like to move up to 7A. They were petitioning try to stay in 6A. I don't think anybody in 6A wanted to keep them. We're going to take a look at the stats from the first half. Not pretty, but we got to get through it here. Russellville, 62 yards of offense. Lake Hamilton, 487. For Russellville, they had 41 yards passing, 21 yards rushing. Julius Thompson, 3 of 8 for those 41 yards. Running the football, he's the leading ball carrier, 5 carries for 12 yards. Jaden Foster, 6 carries for 8 yards. Receiving, Parker Jackson with 2 catches for 30 yards. Danny Brown, a catch for 11 yards. For Lake Hamilton, Jace Bohannon, passing, 8 of 8 for 322 yards and 4 touchdowns. My goodness. Coy Autry, their leading rusher, 7 carries for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's got 1 receiving, so 3 total on the night. J.J. Johnson, 4 carries for 56 yards. and a score. Bohannon did have a score from 3 yards out. Receiving, J.J. Johnson, mentioned him. He's got 134 yards receiving on 4 catches and 2 touchdown receptions. Autry, that touchdown reception was of 83 yards. They lived off the big play. Russellville did get a big play in that first half. Parker Jackson, the 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That's been Russellville's main highlight there. Nobody's turned the football over. Russellville fumbled once but didn't lose it. Total plays is even pretty much. 27 for us, 25 for them. Penalty yards, you mentioned it. 8 penalties on the Cyclones for 59 yards. 8 penalties on Lake Hamilton for 84 yards. So they've had more penalties. 0 of 7 on third down conversions for the Cyclones. 0 of 3 on fourth down conversions. For Lake Hamilton, 2 of 4 on third down conversions. They have not gone for a fourth down. They've scored a lot of their points on first and second down. They've been in the red zone 3 times. They scored all 3 times. Time of possession, something that Coach Wheeler says did not make any bit of difference. He always looks at total plays, but Russellville is leading time of possession 14:36 to 9:24. We'll post this stats for you on our Facebook page here during our halftime period here. Well, we're going to have an answer of our trivia question coming up in a little while, and also we will have a Next Level Cyclones. Excited about that. We're going to do that next when we come back from our break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The Russellville School District is seeking bus drivers. Route drivers start at $30.38 per hour. Substitute drivers make $30.38 per hour on routes. RSD is also looking for trip and shuttle drivers, earning $15.45 per hour for the duration of the event, and bus monitors for $15 per hour. Drivers and monitors can receive teacher retirement, and drivers are eligible for insurance. RSD is a registered training site if you don't have your CDL. Apply online at the russellvilleschools.net transportation page.
Since 1971, Sorrell's Body Shop's top priority has been customer satisfaction. The folks at Sorrell's get the job done right by providing their customers state-of-the-art equipment and highly skilled professional service technicians. The mission at Sorrell's is to deliver the most professional, ethical, highest quality service while giving back to their community every day. Sorrell's Body Shop, proudly supporting the Russellville school system. Go Cyclones.
As a dentist, giving patients a beautiful smile is what I love to do. But the business side can be challenging. Luckily, First State Bank understands. They provide financial tools that make banking convenient and flexible. And the service I get is second to none. From equipment loans to cash management solutions, they give me the freedom to focus on my patients, not my payroll. Now that's something to smile about.
Come see us at First State Bank in Russellville or Fayetteville for local personalized banking.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Preddy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. We're at the half. The Cyclones trailing Lake Hamilton by a score of 54-8, and time now for one of our favorite segments here, Next Level Cyclones. And we talk about Russellville Cyclone athletes that have graduated and how they're doing as they're continuing their playing career. And this week it's Talon Peter.
Talon graduated from Russellville High School in 2020. He finished his college career playing for Liberty University, where they made the NCAA tournament his final season. He was drafted by the Indiana Pacers in the second round of the NBA draft. He has played in their last 5 games, and on Wednesday night he played 16 minutes in their game against Brooklyn, where he hit a three-pointer, his second three-pointer of the season. We say congratulations to Talon Peter, a Russellville Cyclone graduate.
Yeah, Talon, he's kind of had a well-traveled. Remember, he transferred to Alma for like half a season, came back. He's in the Cyclone Hall of Fame, not just for basketball. We think, yeah, he's a great basketball player. He won 2 state championships in the high jump. He initially signed with Tennessee Tech, ended up transferring to Arkansas Tech and playing before going on to Liberty and playing for the Flames. Cyclones. And, yeah, playing for the Pacers now, and, boy, it's fantastic. He actually donated some signed basketballs to give away at the Cyclone Madness last night. They'll be on tap tomorrow. I think they play the Denver Nuggets at Denver. So our well wishes go to Taylor Peter, and feature athlete this week on Next Level Cyclones. And if we're ready for the Cyclone trivia question, I'm getting it. Okay, we're good with that. All right, so the question was, who has the most interceptions in a single season in Russellville Cyclone history? And it happened in 2009. It was Andrew Tryon. He played 1 year for the Cyclones. 1 year. He transferred in, and he had 10 interceptions. I think the career record is 11, and if he would have played 2 more years here, he might have broken it. Who knows? They might have just stopped throwing at him, though. But yeah, and I caught up with Andrew this past week, and he's working for General Motors in their EV department. He's also about to graduate next month from Texas A&M Law School with a master's degree in cybersecurity law and policy. Back in 2009, though, he was a Russellville Cyclone, and I asked him, I said, hey, what do you remember about that year? And he said, practicing in the mud, getting ready for Bryant. He said, they had the indoor, we didn't have one. They played against a great running back at Bryant. If you remember Chris Rycrawl, they held him down. Tryon actually had the most tackles that he'd ever have, and an interception in a 14-3 victory. But what I remember, and I'm glad he brought up, was playing Springdale and in the first round of the playoffs that year in 2009. And this we're going to tie into our Cyclone history segment here because of that. Talking to Andrew Tryon about that game, and also caught up with Jeff Holt, who was the head Cyclone coach that year. Russellville made the playoffs with a 7-3 record. They beat Springdale 27-26. Springdale had some quarterback named Joseph Calcagney, if you could figure out who his dad was. But Russellville won the game by a point. Coach Eli Drinkwitz, who's actually the head coach of Missouri, he was the offensive coordinator for Springdale that year. The Cyclones won first round of 7A playoffs. Barrett Hughes hit Demarius Neal for a 15-yard touchdown pass with 1:23 left in this game. It was a 64-yard drive. It's the first time Russellville led in the whole game. Barrett Hughes actually had 254 yards passing. It was Jeff Holt's 70th victory and the 500th victory all time in Cyclone history. I asked Andrew, what do you remember about that? He said, well, I remember I fumbled late, but then had the game-sealing interception. And I asked Coach Holt about that yesterday. He goes, yeah. He goes, after the game, he goes, my hands were open. I was like looking at Coach Drinkwitz and Coach Zach Clark, who's the quarterback's coach, and he went up to him and says, why did you throw it at our All-American? And they said, we didn't know if he was that good or not. Well, what was funny about that, Drinkwitz, the OC for Springdale that year, he went on to coach Andrew Tryon at Arkansas State, who and he now coaches at Missouri, of course. But Tryon said that. He goes, I remember that. He goes, and I brought it up. I'm sure he brought it up to him when he was at ASU. But Tryon, congratulations to him for being the answer to our trivia question, but also for that game-sealing interception. Russellville had made it all the way to the second round of the playoffs that year. They beat Springdale that night 27-26. I also said to him, this was kind of nice, I said, what else do you remember? He said, just hanging out with the team meals at players' home. And he says, I remember Susie Horton and all the pictures she took, and she's a name that will always be remembered in Cyclone history. But that's our look at our trivia question and this moment in Cyclone history. Andrew Tryon, he said he was still surprised he owns the single-season record for interception, but 10 interceptions. Maybe Russellville could pick up an interception in the second half here. I don't know. Lake Hamilton may not be throwing it around that much. We're at the half, and Lake Hamilton leading Russellville 54-8. We'll come back with more of your halftime show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Phil Wright Autoplex, we want your car. We're giving cash on the spot, no trade necessary. Right now, we are buying local and giving more money than ever for local trades. Plus, while you're here, check out the 0% financing on 2025 GMC Sierra, or 2.99% for up to 72 months on 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. Phil Wright Autoplex, we want your vehicle and we're willing to pay for it. Bring us your car today and leave with cash in hand. Come see us today at Phil Wright Autoplex, Russellville.
At Arkansas Tech, the heart of our work beats throughout the community. With programs like Green and Gold Give Back, a campus-wide day of service dedicated to getting out and helping our neighbors. Last year, ATU students logged over 12,000 hours of service, a true testament to our belief of providing the full college experience with a hometown feel. Visit us at atu.edu and join us for the opportunity to be a part of something greater.
Chicken Mart is having an end-of-the-year buy one, get one free closeout sale you can't miss at both their locations while supplies last. Over half the store will be filled with closeout price buy one, get one free items like breaded chicken tenders, breaded chicken nuggets, breaded chicken breast fillets, breaded popcorn chicken. All will be closeout sale price, so hurry in. Supplies are limited at both your local Chicken Mart locations, 106 Weir Road and 1808 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville.
At Union Bank, we're more than a place to keep your money. We're your friends and neighbors. Sure, we've got checking and savings and digital banking with all the bells and whistles. So what really sets us apart? We know your name, not just an account number. And we're focused on serving you and our community because just like you, we call this home too. We invite you to discover the Union Way, where relationships matter. Visit us online at gounion.bank. Union Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium, and Russellville trailing 54-8 at the half. And the Cyclone boys soccer team is getting honored with getting rings presented to them for their state championship last year. It was their fourth one in a row, their ninth overall. Nobody's won more soccer state championships in boys soccer than Russellville. And you talk to Coach Jared Fuller about it. He's still upset about the COVID year. He goes, we were going to win it that year. That would have been their first time, I think, to win 4 in a row. But definitely finished 4 in a row, and they're reloading this year, and they're ready to go. And I think they may be there at the end once again. So congratulations to them. So they won, and the next team to get presented rings will be the ladies Cyclone golf team. They'll be presented rings in March for their third consecutive state championship. So some rings getting presented here, and it's nice to honor Mr. Coach Fuller and also Mr. Shamlin, who was inducted into the Cyclone Hall of Fame a few weeks ago, and the Cyclone State champion soccer team. Again, 4 in a row, going to 4-peat, maybe go for a 5-peat. And I remember Coach Fuller for the golf team when the girls won this year said something about a 3-peat, and he said, I think you have to pay Pat Riley honors every time the word 3-peat is mentioned, because he claims to have coined the phrase a 3-peat. Russellville not out. Yeah, they're coming out of their locker room. They're over here on the side. I didn't see that. They're coming out onto the sideline. Lake Hamilton already out on the field. We'll have the sportsmanship rule in effect for the second half. So officially, the only time the clock is supposed to stop is on timeouts, injuries, and if somebody scores. But a lot of times you'll see them run the clock when somebody scores. But we were saying that we needed to win by 13 or more and have Southside defeat Siloam, and thought, well, that will be a sure thing. Siloam has scored to start the second half. They are tied with Fort Smith Southside 21-21. They've had an injury that might be kind of a bad one there that we're thinking about and checking out. So we're hoping everybody's okay there, but they're delayed there. Mountain Home opened up the second half and kicked a field goal against Greenwood, so they trail 21-3. Again, they thought they could move the football on Greenwood. Greenwood wants to win conference outright. They have to win tonight to do it. If Mountain Home comes back and wins this game, it's going to cause a 3-way tie because for first place, because Shiloh Christian is leading Van Buren in that ball game. Cyclones made the playoffs last year, will not make the playoffs this year, but they will get the ball to start the second half either way. So we got one more half of regular season football, and Russellville's had a tough road this year and a lot of injuries. And talked to Coach Chenault, the boys basketball coach, about that last night, because he said, we're doing the Cyclone Madness, and I said, what are you trying to do tonight? What do you want to scrimmage? He goes, I want to keep everybody healthy. He says, well, what's going on with the football team, high school and junior high? He goes, I got to get through. I'm kind of nervous about it. So they had a little scrimmage, and we have an equipment malfunction here that a player's having to come out, and one of the officials is talking to Coach Wheeler about it. I think it's an equipment issue, and I'm looking down here, and now do we have somebody ejected? He came off. I don't want to say who it is if it's an ejection, but they've pulled a Cyclone off of the game, and one official went to talk to Wheeler. Now Coach Wheeler's going to talk to the man in the white hat and saying, hey, what's going on here? This is Coach Wheeler's first high school coaching job, head coaching job here at Russellville. He's been a head coach in college and been around a lot. He came here from Rogers as a defensive coordinator, was a DC at Arkansas Tech from 03 to 06, helping the Wonder Boys reach the second round of the 04 Division II playoffs that year when they won 10 games. Came here in 2014 as a defensive coordinator, stayed 3 years, left when Billy Dawson went to Fayetteville in 2016. asked him one of his proudest moments, and he said coaching safeties at UCA because he coached George Oldham, who's a 2-time All-Pro in the NFL for the Colts and 49ers. Coached him at UCA.
You think they'll kick it to Jackson?
Yeah, I doubt it. And now I don't know what's going on, but I think a Cyclone player has been ejected. Yeah, they're going to do the squib kick thing, and they're going to keep it away from Parker. Maybe we need to put Parker Jackson over there, and Renfro's going to carry it for about 2 yards before he's stopped there. And a flag on the far side. Well, the flags have been an issue for Russellville in the last 3 games, and they've been an issue for Lake Hamilton also tonight. Both teams with 8 penalties, and they've got more penalty yards than we do. They've got 84 yards. We've got 59. We have a personal foul penalty. This is going to be against the Cyclones.
Personal foul against Russellville.
I don't think I've seen as many personal fouls called in a game as tonight.
Well, if you have 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, you get ejected from the game, and I wonder if that's what happened. The Cyclones had a player ejected last week who's not able to play tonight. I don't want to mention that. But they're going to put us down at the 22. So it was a 1-yard return officially by Renfro, and then the 15-yard penalty on the personal foul. Now, it's just 1st and 10. It's not 1st and 25 because officially offense had not taken the field. So they'll start the clock, and it is rolling now with 11 minutes left. So, again, the sportsmanship rule in effect. Cyclones trailing 54-8. Cyclone's going to hand it off up the middle. This is a new running back. Maybe getting some seniors in. I do not know who carried the football there.
I think it's it looked like number 70, Harris.
Was that Carson Harris getting
the
carry?
Yes, it is.
How about that? Hey, a 3-time starter on the offensive line gets the carry. Nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and give him a carry. That thrills Carson. He started on the offensive line for 3 consecutive years. I saw him at the basketball games last night. Really good kid. And, hey, officially gets 4 yards on the carry. So I think he'll go back to the offensive line.
Yeah, he patted the helmet of the Lake Hamilton guy that brought him down.
Yeah. 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Thompson, screen pass complete to Danny Brown. He'll make a little move, picking up a nice block there by Rubin. Gets across the 30 and has got a first down.
That's the 2nd first down for Danny Brown tonight. We need to keep putting the ball in his hands.
Pickup of 7 yards on the play. The 6th first down for Russellville. Thompson now 4 of 9 for 48 yards. It is Brown's 2nd catch, as you mentioned. 18 yards receiving for Danny Brown. Nice block there by Justice Rubin, 2 on the edge to block out that defensive back. Ty Goff, the wide receiver on the right side. Thompson's going to take a shot looking at Goff, and pretty good coverage there. He threw it to the outside shoulder, but really good coverage there by DJ Wilson.
Thompson's pass incomplete, intended.
Be 2nd down and 10. Again, the clock continued to roll even after incomplete passes.
At the Cyclone 33-yard line.
Lake Hamilton became a school district in 45. They did not play football for the first 20 years. Didn't play till 1967. They played 1 game in their first 2 seasons. Cyclones' first season was 1906. Here's a completed pass to your man, Brown. He's going to be stopped shy of the 40-yard line. Pick up about 6 yards on the play, depending on the spot.
Pass complete to Danny Brown.
That's a good, safe pass. No matter who it's to, but good hands with Danny Brown. He's caught 3 tonight. But if we can just pass, 5, 6, 7 yards, we can move that ball down the field.
Lake Hamilton's won 2 state championships in 1992 and 2008. It was under Jerry Clay, who coached there for 28 years. A legend there at Lake Hamilton. They've only had 9 coaches in 59 years. They're the Pittsburgh Steelers of high school football. Here's a completed pass to Brown, and he paid for that one as he was clocked behind the line of scrimmage back at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to set him up with a little screen out there, but
missed a block over there or something.
Yeah, they did. Lake Hamilton saw right through it.
Cyclone 37-yard line.
Russellville now on 4th and 6. After that loss of 2 yards, will punt the football away. Jesus had a 49-yard punt earlier. J.J. Johnson is back there, and he's going to track it, call for the fair catch at the 31-yard line. This punt goes 32 yards, and Lake Hamilton will take over.
33-yard punt.
Be interesting to see what Lake Hamilton does if they go back under center and just run the ball out. Or
yeah, I figure with them probably going to be in the playoffs, they're probably going to save Bohannon and Autry. They'll be playing the 3 seed because the top 2 seeds in both conferences will get a bye, and I think it's going to be Lake Hamilton. I think it's either Lake Hamilton or Jonesboro, and I think Lake Hamilton's going to be the 3 seed. They're playing Sheridan tonight and should win that game. I tell you, Sheridan with Kevin Kelly, they've given up 80 points 3 times this year and once last year. Benton scored 87 on them and was trying not to. They go under center with a dead tee, a handoff. Got some running room across the 40, 45 there, and on the carry is Summer Young. Summer Young, his 6th carry of the season.
Sumner Young on the carry.
He'll get all the way out to the 47-yard line, 16 yards.
Bryson White on the tackle.
Bryson White on the stop. All right, Bryson, good to see him. We saw him in the first half. I thought Hudson Davenport was their backup quarterback, but I think I saw number 11. That's Gabe Huggins if it is. I can't tell who's under center. Well, it's going to be their backup quarterback, Davenport. He hands it off straight up the middle, and they got some running room down the sideline, and being pushed out of bounds into Cyclone territory is number 10, Braxton Schmidt.
Braxton Schmidt on the carry.
So 2 running plays, and they get inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. I hate to start looking this stuff up, but with the most points given up by Russellville this season has been 56 to Fort Smith Southside. They gave up 56 last year to Lake Hamilton. Right now at 54, and it's dangerously close to giving up 60 if Lake Hamilton punches this one in the end zone. And now it's going to be a illegal substitution. The official's waiting on that one. Illegal substitution, and I think Coach Gillerin knew it. He is not happy with his team. That'll be their 9th penalty for 89 yards. They've been penalized same number of times for more yards than us. First and 15 here. They're going to give it to Schmidt, trying to bounce it outside as it was closed up. He'll go down the sideline and step out of bounds near the first down marker.
Braxton Schmidt on the carry.
That play was designed to go inside, and there was just nothing there. Russellville had clogged that up, but he was able to bounce it outside. He gets into the red zone at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 2 after the pickup of 13.
Cyclone 19-yard line.
Now go under center here with Hudson Davenport. He'll hand it off, and I think they might have gotten the first down there with Sumner Young.
Carson Harris.
That
very
man
close.
Harris on the stop. I guess I'm from the old school. If I had this many points, if my team had scored this many points, I think I'd want to wait and not score anymore. Try to save them to the next game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you got third-string running backs in there. They want to score. They want to move the football. They got the first down. They're going to turn to give it to Schmidt, and he's going to cut and make it into the end zone for the score. Schmidt's just his 2nd touchdown of his career. He came in with 4 carries on the season. I think he had 4 carries on this drive. He carries it in from 17 yards out. 3 carries on this drive for 56 yards. And that makes it 60-8. This is the most points scored against Russellville since 2024. And Greenwood scored 63 last year. We've given up a few in the 50s over the last 7 years. The extra point there is good. We'll take a break. Russellville trailing 61-8. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
The time will be kind of skewed a little bit, but on that scoring drive, 4 minutes, 42 seconds, they go 69 yards at 5 plays. Braxton Schmidt, a 17-yard touchdown run. Garcia added the extra point. Lake Hamilton leads it by a score of 61-8 here at Cyclone Stadium. We're at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth, and they will kick off. They're going to squib it again, aren't they? Russellville's only touchdown came on a kickoff return for a touchdown. That gets past Jaden Foster, and he'll be picked up by Jesus Perez at the 25-yard line, and he'll just plow forward. No room. He's still on his feet. Got the tush push going on. He'll pick up 9 yards on the return. And now we have a player down for the Cyclones, so this will stop the clock with 1 minute, 20 seconds left to play here in the third.
They're still running it.
Yeah, they're supposed to stop it on an injury. And, yeah, you're right, they're still running it. Cyclone player down. We're going to take a quick break here. Russellville trailing 61-8. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's John here at Huntington Learning Center in Russellville, and I'm excited to share how we're making a real difference for families right here in the River Valley. Parents are saying things to us like, my child is finally excited to learn again. Whether your student needs to catch up, stay sharp, or boost a good ACT score even higher, Huntington's personalized programs can help them thrive.
Call Huntington Learning Center at 1-800-CAN-LEARN or visit huntingtonhelps.com today.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Russellville trailing 61-8. They stopped the clock here with 47 seconds left in the third as a player was down for Russellville. I think that was Parker Jackson. Greenwood leading Mountain Home 21-3 in the third quarter. Portsmouth Southside has scored to take a 7-point lead over Siloam Springs, 28-21. Siloam's been playing better and better. We'll try to give you some scores as we go throughout the second half, but remember on the radio side at 10 o'clock until midnight on KCJC, they'll have the scoreboard show with Rex Nelson. Cyclones will have it at the 34-yard line. First and 10. Julius Thompson again gives it to Carson Harris. He's going to lose yardage. I think that's Carson.
I believe it is.
Picked up 4 yards on his first carry. He may have lost all 4 there. So we'll see where they spot it. Give him forward progress so he doesn't lose. Okay, so he loses 2 on the play. So he got 2 carries for 2 yards for Carson Harris, the senior, 6'2", 293. He's going to come off the field now. It'll be second down and 8. I think that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Russellville lining up trick formation, but there's 4 seconds and counting. I don't know if we're going to get this play off. And we're not going to get it off in time, are we? That's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break. Russellville trailing 61-8. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Back at the Farmers Co-op, and Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, whenever we're thinking about the Farmers Co-op, it's that variety that people love and the great selection that they'll find at their local co-op, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
That's true. We have all the items for the farm and ranch, but we also have lawn and garden, pet supplies, just a very wide variety of products.
The Farmers Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you've put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter at Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. The Cyclones going to close out their season after one more quarter. We do have the sportsmanship rule in effect, so it'll be a quick fourth quarter as Russellville trails 61-8 here at Lake Hamilton. Cyclones looking at 2nd down and 12 from their own 32-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The backwards pass, it's going to be to Thompson. He's going to throw it down the field. He's got Jesus Perez. It's complete at the 35, the trick play. It was Castro who's in at quarterback for the first time tonight. The backup quarterback tossed it over to Thompson. And Thompson hooks up with Jesus, and Cyclones flip the field on the little trickeration. How about that? It has a flag down, but it's defensive pass interference. Russellville, of course, will wave that off. It'll put us down at the 26-yard line, 42 yards.
Why not do something like that?
Yeah, that almost doubled our offensive output. We got 117 yards of offense, 42 of it on that play. So flips the field here. Russellville want to tack on a score here. And Thompson now has thrown for 94 yards. Jesus Perez, the longest reception of his career, of 42, and his first catch of the night. Thompson with Perez. It's a reverse. Jerron Brown trying to get the edge. He's going to be hit back at the 35. Just kept those feet going, trying to break that tackle. Just could not. Jerron will lose 8 on the play, as they had stuck in Luis Perez, the sophomore, at the running back position there. The Cyclones lose 8 yards. We're emptying the playbook here tonight, here on this drive. A double pass that goes 42 yards. That reverse, we lose 8 on it. Now here's the weird formation with offensive linemen set up for a screen here on this left side. 1 center, 3 people in the backfield, and Parker Jackson, the lone wide receiver on the far side. We'll have to run on a player. We only had 10. He's going to line up right next to the center. Now empty backfield. Man in motion is Justice Rubin. Forward pitch there on the pass, and Rubin can't get the edge there. He's going to take it down. This is going to be a horse collar tackle. You can't grab any part of the inside of the shoulder pads and pull somebody down. That's going to be a personal foul penalty. It will not give us a first down, but it'll be 2nd down and 3, I think, once they mark this off, if it's 15 yards. Yeah, it is horse collar tackle. You can't do that. That's dangerous. And it'll still repeat. It was during the play, so it'll still repeat 2nd down. We negate the pass play for negative yards, so that'll help. And they'll put it down at the 24-yard line, 10-yard pickup. I wasn't sure if it's 10 or 15. It'll put Russellville in the red zone for the first time tonight. The Cyclones score 71% of the time when they enter the opponent's red zone. They've been in there 17 times this year. They scored 10 touchdowns and 2 field goals. All of them stopped 5 times. 2nd down and 8 from the 24. Handoff, halfback pass. That's Thompson going to take one shot at the end zone. Knocked away at the last minute. Perez was going to catch that for the touchdown. They had a double handoff pass, and Thompson ended up with the football looking for Perez. It was a great defensive play, I believe, by Hilton Mann.
They had 3 defenders back there. Had him well covered, but a good pass.
Yeah, he was behind him, though. That was going to be a touchdown. And they had brought in Edwin Castro to run quarterback once again. He'll come out. Perez and Rubin back on. Also running in there for the offensive line is Andre Myers, number 50. 8:31 left to play here in the ball game. Russellville trailing 61-8, but having some fun with the playbook, and they're trying to score a touchdown. Cyclones with running people on and off. The play clock was down, and they had to call timeout to avoid the delay of game. We'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Are you looking for a new career? Since 1982, Arkansas Beauty College has provided well-rounded education for your future success, allowing you to be your own boss, just like Sharon Callahan, who owns Hairtech Studios.
My educators, I had 2 of them, were very inspiring, and everybody helped me out and helped me through it, and they always encouraged us all to do our very best. By the time I got out of beauty school, I thought I could apply for a job anywhere in this town.
Welcome back. 28-21 is the score. Southside leading Siloam Springs. Greenwood just scored again. They lead Mountain Home 35-10. That's with 8.5 to go in the ball game. Here, the Cyclones trailing Lake Hamilton 61-8 with 8:24 left to play in the ball game. Russellville looking at 3rd and 8 from the Lake Hamilton 24-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. More traditional lineup here. We'll see what Russellville wants to do. It's going to go straight handoff to Perez. Following his blocker, he's at the 15, the 10, dragging a tackler inside the 5 before being brought down.
That's a great run. Good blocking ahead of him.
He gets to the 2, a 22-yard pickup. Perez does not have a touchdown in his Cyclone career. The sophomore going to take the handoff here, and he's going to run into a wall. May have lost a yard here back at the 3, depending on where they spot it. 22 yards on that previous carry, and extra whistles, but I don't see a flag. They're going to call him no gain. They'll give it down at the 2-yard line. Perez will come out. Maybe they were expecting that one. Good job there by Luis Perez. Jaden Foster will check in the game. Also coming in for wide receiver on this left side is Ty Goff. Parker Jackson will check out. Play clock at 13. The Cyclones looking at 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Hoping for an offensive touchdown here. Their only score has been a kickoff return for a touchdown by Parker Jackson. Julius Thompson will hand it off to Foster, running left side, and he's into the end zone for the score. Jaden Foster's 3rd touchdown carry of the season. First one tonight, the Cyclones are at 14. Foster now 7 carries for 10 yards. We got 2 hard-earned yards right there. The other touchdown, Russellville went for 2 on the swinging gate. They look like they're going for more a traditional 2-point play here, but a little confusion. They have not started the play clock yet. You get to determine if you want it in the middle of the field or on either hash mark. Russellville's put it at the middle of the field. They still haven't started the 25-second play clock yet. A little bit of confusion for the wide receivers. They're looking over at Coach Gunner, and now they're saying, okay, start the play clock, so we got plenty of time. You have 1 shot from the 3-yard line. Clock still rolling, 6:23 left. Jaden Foster, and their running back who just got the touchdown, though. Fake to him. Thompson rolling to his right, has to stop, needs some help. He's going to tuck it and run. He'll pick up a yard, but the 2-point play fails. So we'll take a break. The Cyclones score 6, but they trail 61-14. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Well, the Cyclones score on their scoring drive. They go 66 yards in 7 plays. Jaden Foster, a 2-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed. 8 minutes and 50 seconds came off the clock, but realized it's the sportsmanship rule where the clock continues to roll. Cyclones trail at 61-14. We're at Cyclone Stadium, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Morrilton defeats Clarksville tonight 61-6. And we'll have all scores in about an hour, just under an hour, on 102.3 KCJC. Rex Nelson, the voice of the OBU Tigers, will be hosting from 10 o'clock until midnight. Get your high school fix as it's the final regular season game, and they'll be talking about playoff matchups. And I think Lake Hamilton, I think they're going to play El Dorado, but I'm going to check that before we sign off.
Casey Perez, the kicker for Russellville.
It's going to be Jonesboro. All right, that's who it is. They'll be the 3 seed. Here's a kickoff for the Cyclones. Fair cut. No, they're going to return at the 36 to about the 41. 5 yards on the return. And Lake Hamilton will have it at their own 41-yard line. 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. After this, Russellville Sports will turn their attention to basketball season starting next week. The middle school playing at Pottsville on Monday. The high school team's having a scrimmage on November the 11th against Sheridan. Of course, we got swim coming up. The bowling season begins in December. They've had their tryouts and practices. We'll turn our attention to winter sports. We'll go from fall to winter. Under center, The backup quarterback, Hudson Davenport, will hand this one off. He'll pick up a couple yards to the 44-yard line.
I was trying to see who was in on that tackle. I believe it was Lopez, number 97.
2nd down and 7 coming after Sumner Young on the carry. 2nd down and 8 as they gave him the 43-yard line, actually. Davenport under center. They've gone under center more than they have all year. We figured that because Russellville's struggling with power. We mentioned that in our pregame show. The handoff here, they're going to be stopped shy of the 50-yard line as they hand it off. Bo Martin.
24, Stovall in on the tackle.
It'll be 3rd down and 2. Martin again, and he's got some room here running towards the sideline. He's into Cyclone territory, inside the 40 there to the 35. Lake Hamilton going to make the playoffs. They've only missed the playoffs 1 year under Coach Gillerin. That was in 2023. It stopped a string of 19 consecutive seasons where they had made the playoffs. And a little bit tighter formation. They're going to take a knee here, I believe. They are going to take a knee as they get to the 35 on 1st and 10. Gillerin showing some sportsmanship here himself as they lead at 61-14. The Cyclones going to finish the season winless, 0-10 on the season. They've lost 12 games in a row if you count the 2 last year. They lost the final regular season game to Lake Hamilton, lost the first round of the playoffs to El Dorado 38-31 last year. So they'll have to hold on to that until they open with Morrilton at Morrilton next year. Morrilton, they're playing pretty well right now, and you saw their game against Farmington. That was a heartbreaking loss a couple weeks ago, but Cody McNabb, the winningest coach in Morrilton history recently, they won tonight against Clarksville. Under a minute to play here as they took their second knee. It's 3rd down. They'll take one more, and then that should do it. Senior night tonight, I've seen a lot of guys on the sideline for Russellville kind of giving each other hugs and slapping hands. The last time they're going to see each other here on the football field. No matter what the season, how the season goes, it's a brotherhood because you go to battle every week with each other. And that knee there taken back at the 42, and that's it. The Cyclones will lose this one by a score of 61-14, and they will end their regular season here losing to Lake Hamilton, as Lake Hamilton will move on to the playoffs as a 6 seed to take on Jonesboro as a 3 seed out of the 6A East. We're going to take a break, come back with the postgame show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Autoplex, we want your car. We're giving cash on the spot, no trade necessary. Right now, we are buying local and giving more money than ever for local trades. Plus, while you're here, check out the 0% financing on 2025 GMC Sierra, or 2.99% for up to 72 months on 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. Fieldwright Autoplex, we want your vehicle and we're willing to pay for it. Bring us your car today and leave with cash in hand. Come see us today at Fieldwright Autoplex, Russellville.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Twist the throttle, tame the trails, power through tough jobs. Honda's Ride Red Summer Sales Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bikes. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side vents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
This November, R&R Tire Express is all about thanks and giving. At R&R, we're thankful for you. And to show our thanks, R&R is reducing payments by 25% on every set of wheels and tires in the store, so you can roll into the holidays with more cash in your pocket. We're also giving back to the community, and we want you to help. Nominate a deserving family to win a free Thanksgiving meal by texting MEAL to 43414. R&R Tire Express on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
Back here at Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Before we go on with our postgame show, I do want to clarify some things about the Cyclone Cheer Invitational tomorrow here on the campus of Russellville High School. Russellville Junior High will actually be performing at 10:35 in the junior high division. The Russellville High School co-ed team will perform at 11:25. And if you haven't seen one of these, you need to come out and see it. That'll be tomorrow there. So the Whirlwind Cheer at 10:35, the Cyclone Cheer at 11:25. Good luck to our high school and junior high cheer team. Cyclones lose it here to Lake Hamilton by a score of 61-14. We'll go through the stats for you. Mention that we will post them on our Cyclone Booth Facebook page. But boy, Lake Hamilton, they looked every bit as good as they have in the past, and you wonder how has this team only won two games overall, one conference game, but 578 yards of offense, 322 in the air. That's right, passing. They did rush for 256. Passing for them, Jace Bohannon, perfect on the night, 8 of 8 for 322 and 4 touchdowns. Running the football, they didn't have anybody topple 100 yards, but Coy Autry got 80 yards on 7 carries and 2 touchdowns. He had 1 touchdown reception of 83 yards. J.J. Johnson had 56 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. He had 100 yards receiving, 134, and 2 touchdowns on 4 catches. For the Cyclones, Julius Thompson, 7 of 14 for 94 yards passing. Receiving, Jesus Perez had a catch for 42 yards, and Parker Jackson had 2 catches for 30 yards. Running the football, Luis Perez had 2 carries for 22 yards, Julius Thompson 5 for 12, and Jaden Foster had a touchdown, and he had 7 carries for 10 yards. Big play for Russellville. Their first touchdown was the 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Parker Jackson. There were no turnovers in the game for either team. Russellville had 3 more plays than Lake Hamilton, 39-36. Both teams were penalized quite a bit. 9 for 74 against Russellville, 10 for 99 against Lake Hamilton. Third down conversions, they were 3 of 6. We were 1 of 9. We went for 3 fourth downs, did not convert. Lake Hamilton did not go for a single 4th down in the game. Russellville did get in the red zone 1 time tonight, and it ended in a touchdown on that touchdown run by Jaden Foster. The Wolves were 4 of 4 on red zone chances tonight. They win it, though, 61-14. With that win, they claimed the 6th seed, and I tell you, Silent Springs, it was looking like they were about to tie it up, but Southside took the ball back, and they're up by 10, 31-21. They needed Russellville to win anyway, so their playoffs hopes are dashed, too, with this game. What are your thoughts about the game tonight, season on?
Well, my first thought is this Bohannon, quarterback for Lake Hamilton, very cool under pressure, good quarterback, just an outstanding job tonight. I think this game really pointed out how tough it is to play through injuries, and that's what the Cyclones had to do tonight. Many injuries. When you see the teams walking off the field and you see 2 or 3 of our players on crutches, you know that it's hard to have young men to come in and take their place with no experience, and we saw that tonight. But they put up a good fight, and very proud of the Cyclones tonight.
Yeah, there was no quit, and the team would do appreciate that because they're representing our school. Once again, before we sign off, I want to tell you that congratulations to the Lady Cyclone Cross Country team today at Oaklawn. They took the runner-up trophy home for the 5A state championship, so congratulations to Coach John Frazier and the Lady Cyclone Cross Country team. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast and all of our broadcasts this season of Russellville Cyclone football. We want to honor the seniors for this team that we've enjoyed watching, not just tonight, not just this season, but for their entire careers. We want to thank those seniors so much for their hard work and how they represented our school. Remind you that we're the home for Cyclone sports, and we will shift to basketball mode quickly as the season is about to tip off. Be checking our Facebook page for updates in the beginning of our broadcast season. We'll be talking to you about when they're going to be playing and when we're going to be broadcasting it, because we will be live streaming as much as we can. We know that the high school teams will have a scrimmage against Sheridan next week. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Also send a special thank you to our Chief Engineer, Stephen Berry, and our Cyclone Booth media team of Chase Canfield and Maggie Canfield. This is Cyclone Booth, KCJC, and EAB Sports, your home for all Cyclone sports all year long. Our final score from Cyclone Stadium, it was Lake Hamilton 61, Russellville 14. On the radio side, in about 40 minutes, you'll hear the Scoreboard Show hosted by Rex Nelson, going from 10 until midnight. For Stephen Berry and Maggie and Chase Canfield, Aaron Duval, I'm Mickey Duval, saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Bassel. So long, everybody.
Russellville Cyclone football is brought to you on River Country KC.